Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
It is a Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. We have, we're doing the show a little early today.
Doing it early. Taking a day.
Yeah. And it's because I got some friends in town from Miami.
Yes.
They saw a concert last night.
Not just any friends.
That's my loud-ass wife. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
We got the wives in. Okay, I'll introduce them first. Andrea and Crystal are here.
Hey.
How you guys doing? And my friends Andres and Lyanne are here up from Miami.
Hey.
Andres is on the couch. How you doing, buddy?
What up, dope?
Very good to see you.
So a couple things. We started off before the show talking about weird names. And I don't believe someone named their kid Walt Disney. There's no way. That's a meme. They're serious.
I think you didn't say it right. It flows a little bit when they say it in the right accent.
Right? Was it Walt Disney?
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney?
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Oh, that's Miami.
Anyway, so, okay.
I don't even know how to recover from that.
Right.
We were talking. Anyway.
Usnavi.
So,
business? You have business to get out of the way?
Well, I'll plug the cruise, TomandDanCruise2024.com.
Yes, go there. Put the 2024 on there because the other website, TomandDanCruise.com, is a Japanese or Chinese gambling site.
Yeah.
Don't click on it.
So, my
That's
friends.
confusing.
What?
What are we supposed to go to?
All right.
I wasn't listening.
Okay, you know what? That's an excellent question. Tom and Dan Cruise.
Say it again.
You go to
come on.
TomandDanCruise2022.com,
Wait.
but do not go to TomandDanCruise.com.
No, 2024.
Oh, yeah, 2024. Sorry. Did I say 2022? I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Hold on. We can fix this. It's TomandDanCruise2024.com. Don't go to TomandDanCruise.com. Or the other one I said. Don't go to that one either.
So, my friends Andres and Lyanne, they lived up here during the peak radio times when I was doing Drunky the Bear.
And we always referred to them. They had a specific name.
Yeah. They called themselves the Browns, and it was.
They're still in my phone
And-
as the
You know you're still on my
It
phone.
sounds racist.
You are.
No, but we embraced it. Yeah. It was fine. Browntown, USA.
Yeah, I mean, we had the adventures at the Browns. I remember being on Patio Brown when there was a shooting across the
Correct.
street.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
And it-
goodness.
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that? We had some crazy things. We've had Cobra Plus was invented by one of the Browns. There's so many stories that were part of the Browns.
So we did live in a place called Heroin Alley,
Yes.
which if anybody's familiar with,
Did the Browns live there too?
Oh yeah.
That's where the shooting was.
Yeah, we were across the street.
Yeah. They
Oh,
were in the
yes.
nicer side of Heroin
Yeah,
Alley.
well, that's what's
Like
We were in the
a
rough part.
luxury apartment. On.
And
Luxury apartment.
that's what a cop told me they called Goldenrod and Curry Ford back in the mid 2000s.
You were frying tostones when the shooting happened.
And the cops
With
we were
Waldy's
all
name.
just on the
How
patio.
thug is
in
that
the
for me to say,
screaming
right?
patio.
That's the thuggiest thing I'll ever say. Is you were frying tostones when the shooting happened.
Yes.
So basically, Andres and Lyanne were up here getting their teacher's degrees so they were here for how long?
Their teacher's degree.
You were up here getting
4
one
years.
of them there.
Yeah.
Teacher's
You were up here
degrees.
getting one of them there. You think you're better than me.
Well, and and right around the time where I was basically full time at the radio station,
Yes.
so
A living legend, of course.
Well, they knew
They
knew that you bargained with me with pornography to make your way in.
No,
Right?
well, that was right. They came up. What year was it? It was probably like 2004
03? Oh, is it
Four?
or 5. Yeah, the beginning of my radio
Listen,
career.
these two, they had Counterparts DVDs in their backpacks.
Oh yeah,
And we were walking through the
Ride or die.
crowds trying to sell them.
at the radio station.
Yeah.
They were champions of you.
Champions.
There's
You know, you owe a lot to them.
These are two very loyal people because
Yeah.
every event, everything, they were out there.
Yeah, they
rooting
folded
you
some
on.
boxes with little Danny cardboard hands, like me and
Yeah,
Andrew out
yeah.
there folding boxes.
Yeah,
Andre's
man,
folding
it's-
boxes.
It's embarrassing.
You owe us
though,
a
yeah.
lot.
From the
You
bottom,
owe us a
baby.
lot.
From the
Journey.
bottom.
Some would say that we made you a star. You're only as strong as your backbone that holding you up.
They were there for our legal wedding, the
Yeah.
first
They were
wedding.
they were the witnesses
Yeah,
on our marriage license, actually.
Yes.
So let's talk about that, Andres. When you were there watching me get married legally at the Predators game,
Yeah.
did you think it was a mistake? Did you?
No, I
mean,
knew it was a mistake. we all knew it was a mistake,
Hey, we're still kicking.
but no. What I meant to say, that part of the
Yeah,
wedding
yeah, I know.
situation.
Right.
Yeah, I knew it
Because
too.
was like
That's why I didn't invite anybody who knew me or was
Right.
related
I
to
mean,
me.
here's the fun
I
fact.
got paid $15,000 for that.
Here's a fun fact, though.
I thought I
Here's
was
a fun
rich.
fact. Even newest resident of Marco Island, Dog the Bounty Hunter, has only had real weddings. He's never had goof weddings. And that's a plus for him, right?
No,
That's
he's
a
had
plus for
one
him.
goof
I don't
wedding
think
with
he
his
has.
new bride.
Oh, wait, he did do one on TV, didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah, oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
he did one with Moon Baby or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
that other lady he had was.
I'm just looking at the situation. Like, you guys are standing there. You're wearing a bear suit. It's dirty.
It stinks.
Well, you
Yeah,
were there.
I officiated.
It's not even closed in the back. It's just open.
Yeah, like a hospital gown.
Yeah.
Wash it.
Anders and Lyanne were there in the back in the green room when we were doing the notary was signing the paper
Yes.
because when Claw is overseeing the wedding out in the halftime show.
It's not as funny now when we recount it, right? Like when we talk
No,
about it
I
now.
cringe a little bit.
Yeah, I never thought I would too. I was like,
Corey
this will be
ever
funny
find out?
forever.
One of them.
Yeah,
Corey
Corey Feldman.
Feldman, yeah.
Corey
Corey
Feldman.
Feldman.
That was cool.
He autographed our marriage license.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it had to go to the county, and then
we
they,
can still
they
see
just,
it, right?
No, they
scan
photocopied
it,
it or
yeah.
whatever. So I don't have the original.
Oh, where is it?
You could
It's
probably
at the
pu-
county,
Can we
I
pull
guess.
it?
I
We
don't
could
know.
probably pull it.
But not
you
the
know what?
back.
Here's something weird we've never thought of. That guy's going apeshit bananas. Like Corey Feldman's like fucking nuts.
Yeah.
What if that was the orb?
No.
What if that was the
We got to
beginning?
him.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
mayor. He signed his.
He's
Yeah,
like, this is
I mean,
rock
like,
bottom.
honestly,
Although-
that guy he talks about being molested. It's great.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
bad shit, right? Like that guy is like, it's not good.
Or-
and he signed it and passed it on to you, and you just got a little bit of that
Hold on.
cuckoo Hellraiser.
Yeah. He gave me the orb.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
He's the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
originator.
He signed it
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
passed a little
Oh.
bit of his Hollywood molester weird fucking Hellraiser,
He
right?
gave me the Hollywood
He
molester?
gave me the Hollywood molester
Listen,
orb.
that
it's
was
a-
in 2007, and that orb has been going strong on us since way
Yeah.
before then.
I think it-
so.
Yeah, but it did ramp up for a
It
good
was
20
hot.
years.
It was hot.
Did y'all's family ever find out it was a goof?
Hey,
My-
hey,
Oh yeah, we
hey.
told Crystal's sister one time. She cried.
Tell that story. Tell that story when it
cried.
got real.
No, she was like, "Oh my god, I knew." Anyway, she was very disappointed. Then TC told my mom, and my dad still doesn't know because he paid for our real wedding. So I'm not gonna tell him.
Wait, you had to pay for the other. You had to pay for the one. No, you don't. You didn't.
What did your mom
What-
say?
what-
No, the one.
The one
yeah.
that we got on the boat.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that
the
you pay.
family.
Yeah,
yeah,
but my dad paid for it, so I don't want to go back now and be like, "Oh, by the way, we were already married for a year
I don't think it would be a
after
big
you
deal.
paid."
No,
for
no,
this.
no. This is weird. This is God and country. So,
I don't know.
You can't find out this is fake.
Plus, I mean, it's been
I was married a year
This whole
before.
thing was a woke ass sham.
So how long have we been legally married now?
Since 07, so
Okay.
that's 17.
Well, according
How
to
many
Corey
years
Feldman.
Yeah.
But that was the peak. That was the peak of Drunky the Bear getting married.
It was the peak.
I mean,
It was the ending of the story, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like him, Elizabeth Longhair,
Yeah, that was
in the
it.
General Lee driving off to heaven. together forever.
Yeah, man.
I'm with you.
So during that time, Andres, while he was going to school, also was working, and he got a job with Orange County. And this is one of my favorite stories of all time because I love when someone's job falls through the cracks, or they have like no one knows what they really do, and then like the whole company or everybody's like, clueless to, and then you end up with a job that is literally.
You kind of want it. I kind of want this job.
So Andres,
I don't think I believe
all of it.
Yeah.
I would see him.
How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel to have one of your great friends tell you straight to your face?
Because it's hard to believe.
It's so hard to.
I don't even remember him having a job. Is this
yeah,
because?
no,
There you go.
You don't remember
It was a
this?
good job too.
Oh, this.
Like
Then you're in
benefits,
for a
everything.
treat because you're going to be appalled.
So
You're gonna be appalled.
he used to show up with an Orange County polo.
Plus,
at
you work
my
hard, so you're
stunts.
gonna hate this story.
I mean, be me and Tiffany would be on a pogo stick, and then Andres just show up. That's
true. You would always run by.
Yeah,
You would
Yeah, because
always-
I was open. I was
Yeah.
free.
You were always
was
like,
free.
I'm going to swing by.
So
I'm
wait,
going to swing by.
what was your
Daniel,
job?
I'm gonna
Okay,
swing by.
okay. So tell the story about your job.
It was property accounting
Okay, all right,
for Orange County.
all right, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So it's already taken care. The person before me just gave me a quick training. I think it was like the last day of he didn't give a fuck about what was gonna happen. He's just leaving.
Yeah.
So he said, press this button at the end of every day, and then it balances the ledgers of property that the county owns, trucks. It's mostly vehicles. for
Yeah,
some
other
reason.
vehicles. Yeah. Orange County
Or
property.
any of that. Like there's some buildings, some whatever. Press the button, it deducts the depreciation of the car for that day, and then that's it. That's your job.
Just pushing one button.
And this is a full-time job?
No.
Full-time benefits.
No, you
I
had-
took a lie detector test to get the
Yeah. I remember when you were going through the whole thing, and you were
it was
like,
awesome.
you were like,
No, you had to also deliver a check.
I would deliver checks sometimes.
Yeah. Once a day or something, you'd like take a check from one building to the other, and that was
just
like
go get.
the extra.
Yeah.
No, so and
That's
was
an
it,
important
8
job,
hours?
though, man. That's an important job. Because what if
that would
doesn't?
drive me nuts. That's all that you
What if you didn't
did.
But I
Get it
had
done.
no boss.
Yeah. What
And
if
I
you
had
didn't
no
get it
one
done? What if you're sick?
That's a problem.
you have to
That's
show
an
up.
important job. It's an important job. Somebody has to do it. You can't be sick for this job.
No.
So Andres would describe it to me as he had to build an entire workday to make it seem like he was doing something. So
Did you ever get called out for going anywhere or seen?
No, there was no boss or under me. So
Right.
I was riding solo.
So Andres, you would show up at and there was two different like Orange County buildings you'd go to,
Yeah.
and then you'd show up at the first building for the beginning of the day, and then you'd bring like some donuts some days, and then you go around.
Well, that's a good
Pastelitos.
move. That's
Yeah,
a good move, especially if you're like, especially if you're the button guy with the check occasionally.
Yeah, like
Always
make everyone
bring some
happy.
treats. Bring
Yeah.
some treats.
And so, Andres would go around and talk shit to everybody. Everybody like, Andres here. Get some
Yay.
pastelito.
They love you too. They love you.
Yeah,
don't they?
it's fine.
So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he'd sit down. He'd have a work desk, like a cubicle. So he'd sit
yeah.
down, and that's where his ledger was. But he'd go through Facebook. He'd go through some emails.
MySpace.
Yeah, it was a
MySpace.
while ago. Yeah.
And then he'd
Turn
go.
the volume down. You go
Yeah.
to people's profiles and music starts blasting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, Avenged Sevenfold. I got to turn that down.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Andres,
trying to think of peak band at the time. Avenged Sevenfold.
so he'd have to kill the first part of the morning at this one office. Now there was nothing to do except for press the button.
At
the
the
ledger.
end, at 3 p.m. At 3 p.m.
Well, didn't you
Not
go,
a moment before?
no, 3
What-
p.m.
You got to be 3 p.m. Hit it.
But didn't you have to drop off the check so you'd leave and take like a huge 2.5, 3 hour
3 hour
lunch?
They
window.
gave you a vehicle?
No.
No vehicle? Okay.
No, but they paid for mileage and gas.
No, holy smokes.
And during that 3.5
Yeah.
hour lunch, he'd go sit under a tree or like a park
I
under a
wish
tree.
I was
up and look-
fishing. I wish I was fishing then. 'Cause that would have been it.
Right. Right.
That would have been it.
That would have been dangerous, though.
all
What if you
day.
lost track of time?
Whatever. 3 o'clock. Press the button.
Did you set alarms? Like, how did you stay?
No, it doesn't even. No one's even monitoring it. Like even if he didn't press the button, nothing will happen.
Did you ever have a, like a yearly review?
Nope.
His job, no one even knew what it was. It fell between the government cracks. And I bet you there are thousands.
They have them.
How did it happen? How did that job come to be?
Because it just all of a sudden.
It kind of reminds me of that story. Who was in
no
here?
one's paying attention.
But I'm not discrediting Orange County accounting per se.
No,
it just happened to be.
The guy who
it was
has
it was
that
an
job
error.
now
Yeah,
is
who's that?
mad because you're lighting.
They're
his
looking
spot.
at him right now.
Yeah.
They're
Like, wait
looking
a
at
minute,
him.
I know that guy. He brings a check every day.
It reminds me of that
Pastelitos.
It reminds me of that documentary where they built the mall, and then they built that one section, that corner of the
Yeah,
mall.
we
that
talked
nobody,
about it.
we
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about it, where like nobody knew about it.
Oh, and people were living in there.
And then people were living
Yeah.
in there, and it's kind of like there's this thing. How did it come to be? Well, it just came to be. We don't really know how the button job became the
It's
button.
probably gone. That job is gone. They did a review, and
It's
that's
No
it.
one
It's over.
reviews.
Well, they
That's
eventually
silly.
Overall.
No, they do. They
I-
do review. Like Clear Channel eventually reviewed and took away your free cell phone you had for 99
Yeah.
years.
Well,
Yeah,
Clear.
he had this like cell phone that was like you'd use it free for what, 7 years, 6 years?
Yeah, Clear Channel has shareholders to,
No, you want to know what happened to this job? Somebody like me got in there and been like,
A
is
new
there
person,
anything
yeah.
else that I
You got
could
an
do?
answer?
Like,
you ratted him out.
Right, you ratted
took
him
it
out.
away.
Wow.
No,
No, they-
she's saying she ratted herself out.
right, I ratted myself out. I went to somebody
Oh.
and like, hey, is there
I'm not
anything
doing
else
that much.
you'd like me to do? I'm not really doing that much. And then they were like, wait, do you have a boss? Or what? So they started asking questions. So
Yeah.
somebody like me.
See,
that
I was
probably
going to say
no,
the
when you-
old
ruined it.
lady
When
that
you work for the government, everybody's like Andres. and you sleep under it. And when you do, you're like, no one's looking at me. And you are.
I would go
3-hour
home.
lunch.
Go home. They gave me a beeper, so I would go home.
A beeper.
Holy
Clothes on, like khaki pants and the county polo, whatever.
Yeah.
Tuck myself into my bed in the luxury apartment on Heroin Alley.
Yeah.
Lay down, but not facing side. If I face sideways, then I'm gonna pass out for a long time. So just
And then
up,
you get sleeping
snoring up, and wait, and nothing would happen. So it's 2 hours. Like if there was no event, like if Drunky wasn't on a pogo stick,
Yeah. You
Then-
got to go
then-
s-
then
on a
nothing.
bicycle seat.
Tiffany was on
bored.
the pogo stick. Yeah. I was just monitoring.
monitoring her pogo stick.
Yeah, he's out there.
Did they
So-
ever beep you?
No, they beeped me once.
Well, what happened?
It was an emergency alert.
It wasn't an emergency, but
test.
they had a question, but I freaked out. So I got up.
up, splash a little water in your face.
Yeah.
He'll run outside.
Yeah, and then just show up, gunned
Yeah.
it down, and then
Yeah.
So literally, your entire job, full-time salary with benefits, was pressing one button, and then you delivered a check from one office to another.
right. And
That
in
was-
between, I went to like the events that they would do, like the whatever, the
Yeah.
promotions, anything.
Just hang out. You're just
But you
hanging
didn't have
out.
a
out.
responsibility there. You just arrived
Yeah.
to show your face.
Think about how much you could have gotten done if it was you had a smartphone. Like it was free.
Oh,
so,
no.
you know,
Yeah,
like you couldn't.
yeah.
You know, like with a smartphone, you could have had a second job, but like you could
Yeah.
have been working as.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
100%.
And
Flip phone? No, no.
No, you can't do it. You can't do
If you
it.
have a beeper, you're fucked.
Yeah. You can't do it.
No, you're just looking around and looking for things to do.
I miss the beeper because
I
you could
miss
choose to
those
call them
days.
back. You
Yeah.
could
I never had a
choose-
beeper.
I had one, and you would know. Like you would see the number, like you would see whatever. They try to put a message. I never had the sideways one. You had the sideways one, right, where you could read the messaging?
no,
That's a
no,
pager.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
right,
That
yeah.
is a pager.
Pa-
I never had
Wait
a
That's
a
for
pager.
minute.
that's
wait
for
a
business.
minute.
Yeah.
Beeper is just
I had
comes
a
up the
beeper.
top.
Yeah.
And then
number.
I would know the number coming through, and I'd be like, like you'd know.
So you didn't dial the numbers in, like the 823 and 143.
Sometimes,
and
yeah.
The codes.
Yeah. Occasionally,
Yeah,
B or 80085.
5. Yeah.
I hate you. I love you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did, and you had a see-through one because you look like a see-through beeper man.
I did.
Yeah.
What did you have?
I had a regular black one. Regular
Bravo
black.
Plus.
I had, you know, it's weird. I had my beeper in middle school in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And then
Were you dealing drugs?
I
Don't
did.
people-
You brought it
I
inside or
found one.
outside? Inside
You
or
found
outside?
one.
Yeah. Like on the floor in Glades.
Yeah.
And then I.
Hey,
had
dog,
my-
you can flash at it at the flea market.
Then my
Take
mom
it there,
hooked it
get
up
it erased,
here.
put it up, put a whole new number on
Your
it.
mom didn't ask you where you got this beeper. She's just like, sure, yeah, I'll hook it up.
Oh,
Like,
my
mom
mom-
would have been like, turn it in.
Turn it in. This is Miami.
Yeah,
No
no.
such thing as turn it
There's no
in.
turn in.
There's no turn it
word-
in.
There's no in.
No one turns in anything. anything. Everyone just keeps.
Yeah, it's a finders keepers
Market.
Also, it's the land of scams.
Oh, God.
I mean, to the point, and people don't believe me if they're not from Miami. I'm like, I didn't even understand that people actually used insurance for real things.
Right, yeah.
I thought it was only for scams. Like, if you ever got robbed, it was like, oh, I had like diamonds in my truck. Or you just make up whatever. Like, you try to get
I had
whatever.
friends that did that here in Orlando.
Oh, yeah. Roof is leaking. Don't worry. Long hose.
Yeah. Oh, are your dishwasher spilled a little water? Brand new kitchen.
Yeah. New
$80,000 kitchen.
Repipe the whole house.
Who had a beeper here?
I had a
Who all
beeper.
had a beeper?
I did
One,
not.
two. Oh, so that's almost everybody. You didn't have one?
Mm-mm.
You had one?
I had
yeah,
one.
so everybody except for you. Really?
She's young.
Yeah, well, a little
She
bit.
missed
I mean,
that.
you're 40
Generations.
now, right?
Yeah.
I forget you're 40 sometimes.
Yeah.
No, don't ask her age.
Yeah,
No,
forget
it's
that.
fine. I just, I turned 40. I only got a cell phone when I went off to college.
Is that a nerd thing? Like, I feel like bad kids get the
I
cell
got- I
phones
got the
earlier.
beeper.
Well, you got to call back from the payphone.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
remember
gosh.
getting a beep from Flagler College Radio when they were firing me. That's how I got fired. I got beeped.
Got beeped?
And then and then and it was Dan McCook from Flagler College Radio, and I called him from a payphone, and he was like, "You did some bit where you're making fun of the gay guy that does the jazz show called Take the A Train." And
Oh, you were on the radio at the time?
I did this. It was the college
Like the college
station.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a show, and at night I made fun of the promo, and he's like, "Wait, knock that shit off!" And I was all like, "I got an internship with a talk station. You'll fucking see, you fat hunk of shit." And he's like, "Fuck you," and I'm like, "Fuck you."
You can go see
On the
radio
payphone.
station.
On a payphone.
Yeah.
On a payphone. I'm like, "Fuck you, you fat." I'm like, "Dan McCook, you fat." It's still there. You could tell him. He might remember.
You
this.
guys can go.
I'm like, "You
It's-
fat hunk of shit. You washed up radio hunk of shit. I'm gonna be the next Howard Stern. You'll see. I'll be the next Beetlejuice. You'll see." I'm little just like him.
God.
My favorite character that you do is Black God.
Oh, that's not me. That's not me. That's not me.
And this is what I wanted to tell Andres because he did back in those days. You know, he wanted to become a teacher, and recently he won Teacher of the Year at his school.
Yeah. It's fun,
Hey,
man.
hold on, I'll give you the tiniest one.
And
Oh, it
so,
doesn't work.
and then
It's
I
inside.
see all these videos of Andres. He's playing a live drum set, and
He's
all the
like,
kids.
he's got like a whole DJ booth up there.
Yeah. He's DJ Khaled. The kids are done.
The kids are raving. They
Yeah,
are.
it's like lunchtime, and I'm looking at this.
He has a whole playlist.
And-
I follow his playlist because my kids love all the music that's on there.
And you're making school too fun because
Yeah.
these are our future soldiers. We need
Yes.
to fight for our country.
He's making it too fun, and
We're
then
gonna
he's
need
sending
them.
these
We're gonna need them to be tough.
Yeah.
Because once we
It's
eliminate,
too fun.
Okay, because it's gonna start with drones, but once all the drones are done, it's man on man. Hawaiian justice. We're gonna need
too
some like
fun.
Hawaiian.
Yeah,
we're gonna
because
need
we
Hawaiian
can't build
justice.
them
Like,
fast enough.
like-
I'm getting him
We're
ready
dead.
for. I'm getting him ready for Miami, for Ultra, for South Beach. I'm getting them ready.
But
They
you get
feel
them
it.
all
They feel the
hyped.
club,
I'm just
And you
laughing.
send them back to the teacher.
They do
and
look
then I
so
send them
happy.
back to the teacher,
Yeah.
And they are wired and
Yeah, yeah.
and
screaming.
they look at me like,
They're throwing desks.
Right.
"How dare you?"
Like I remember when teachers used to be miserable alcoholics.
Yes.
But it's like when
Yeah,
you grew up in
mine
the
would just put
80s
on a
and
video.
90s.
They put on Ricky Tikki Tavi and sit in the
Yeah.
corner. They'd sneak their booze.
I never
Oh, yeah.
had one teacher that was like remotely fun or cool. Like
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
all
Yeah.
old, boring,
pervy.
annoyed to be there,
I
a
remember
little
the
pervy.
band director would come out and he'd be like, "All right, drummers, you just free drum day. If you want to do your fucking rock and roll, you can. I want to go talk to this one flute player in my office alone, please."
Yes.
It's serious.
No, it's
Yeah,
100%.
he'd go over there and talk to the flute player, and we're in there going, and then everybody's rapping.
Yeah.
We're just like rapping. Like that's all we did for
Yeah,
like full
rap over-
period. We
yeah,
rap
rap
for a
over
full-
beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do beats and you rap over it.
That's cool though.
Then somebody would pull out a gun. You'd see it. You'd be like, "Oh shit, that's real."
And to clarify, these are elementary school students.
Right,
These
right,
are
right.
not
So
like
it's a
middle school or
different-
high school. So he is.
No,
Yeah.
middle school, high school, that's a different game.
Oh, they're gonna rude awakening when they get to middle school.
When they're little,
Yeah.
they're like more naive, like you can, like they're cool,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's cool that you make it fun because I make all these jokes, but like I do remember teachers being, for the most part, just mad at their job and like not openly having fun with all the kids. Wanting everyone like, let's have.
I wonder you and I have these conversations sometimes here at the studio, and I wonder sometimes that if I took for granted the fact that my mom was an educator, because I didn't think of this at the time, but she was getting me in the classes with the teachers she knew and liked. You know what I mean? Yeah, like the ones
Handpicked.
I did, and I've never thought about that until like this year, and I'm like, oh yeah. I did have a different relationship with school because my mom wanted it to be fun for me and was picking the people she knew did it the best. So I guess you do get some like preferential treatment. You do. I did.
Yeah, it's true.
I got the better people that, like Mr. Dorn, my math teacher, even though he's horrible at math, I still remember him making like he did stand up.
Yeah,
he would do like jokes.
He was horrible at math.
No, I'm horrible. I'm horrible at math. I did not pass it on to Maisie, but Andrea knows that I'm like. I have to count on my hands. I'm like,
but even right now, like being a teacher has to be the worst because you're dealing with these parents. We were talking about like the generations. Do you see it between like older parents or younger parents?
Yeah.
Like in how?
Oh no, I deal more with parents than with kids. The problems are with the parents, not with the kids. It's called grandparenting.
Yeah.
That's a new parenting.
grandparents.
Why?
Yeah.
Explain. Elaborate.
Because you go to your grandparents' house and they give you whatever you want. They allow you. Oh, you don't like that food? Okay, throw that away. I'm gonna make you a whole new batch of food.
Ooh, I do that.
Stop grandparenting. Stop grandparenting.
I don't do that.
What else do you want for dinner?
I made my daughter.
You eat it now.
Yeah, I made my daughter cry this morning. I made her cry this morning because I was making her make her own waffle.
You were telling me this.
Yeah.
I was laughing
She
because
cried?
literally this
she
morning the boys climbed in bed with Crystal.
Oh, we were snuggling so warm together.
And then I made two.
I want that so bad.
I made two waffles. Like a fruit. Orange
To the
juice.
bed? To the bed?
No. In the kitchen. Believe me, I want to serve them in bed. We've had plenty of syrup all over the sheets.
Well, the crazy thing is Maisie will make her own eggs,
Yeah.
but she didn't want to push the toaster. It's an Eggo waffle. Push the toaster down, and I was trying to explain to her, you just need to push the toaster down.
Well, you're doing the lunch. I was fixing something on my computer. I'm over there, and she's like, "I want a waffle." I'm like, "Go make a waffle. Go put it in the toaster." She's like, and I was like, "Well, then you're not getting a waffle." And then it became like a standoff. We were having like a standoff, and then I was like, "Look, it's just a toaster, man. Just push the thing down. It's not a big deal." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you're not getting a waffle."
Yeah, but
and
we
I
don't
held
grandparent.
fast,
We do not grandparent.
No, I don't. And she made her own waffle. Now she knows how to make it.
I have a problem holding fast.
Gotta hold
I
fast.
guess.
You gotta hold fast.
Gotta
Hold
fast.
steady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta let them cry.
We'll have one soldier.
Yeah, man, I'm making a soldier for sure. Like,
Storm the machine gun.
How about this weekend when you're with Andreas and Lyanne? Why don't you let them parent your children?
That is fine. And my kids would listen nicely to them and do whatever
I mean,
they
they
say.
hear.
Oh yeah, you're
they
right.
hear.
You're
Oh
right.
my
It's
God.
different. It's
when
different
Lyanne
when it's you.
says something loudly in the house, their hearts stop.
My heart stops.
They're like,
I just
Holy shit!
It's
What
like
the?
having the general yelling at the new
yeah.
recruits.
You can hear Lyanne. Oh, she did. She screamed at her daughter from inside the kitchen. Her daughter was in our boat, which is in the street. She screamed with the doors closed, and her daughter stopped and looked.
Yeah.
She heard through the walls the voice.
The voice.
Yeah,
if a Spanish lady yells at me, I listen.
I do too.
It only works
I
in
like
Spanish.
it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, TC's like, oh, shit. And he like goes to the room.
I'll do whatever she
He
says.
starts
real
cleaning.
quiet.
He starts cleaning. He starts like doing
Grab
laundry.
a paper towel, start wiping down some wet. Looking for things. Looking around. Grab a little Fabuloso. Spray over here. Some little squirt there.
Stress cleaning.
Yeah.
Tiny boner. I'm like, I like it. He yells at me.
What have I done wrong now?
I turned into Reek. I'm like, I like this. I think that's what what happens.
So, but when your wife yells at you, why does that not happen?
It's not Spanish. Only works in Spanish.
you
I'm like, shut up, Whitey.
Goddamn sweet.
So there you go. You just need to
European nothing.
Got to spice it up a little bit with the yelling.
spice it.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about Andrew's.
What was that? Walt Disney?
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Walt
Hold on.
Disney.
How do you spell it?
Walt Disney. WALD.
So, and that's the first name, is Walt Disney.
Walt
Yeah,
Disney.
yeah.
Walt Disney.
So did they call him that?
And then
Yeah,
you said
Walt Disney.
And then U.S. mail.
Usmail.
That's not real.
Usnavi.
No.
U.S. Navy.
That's not real. That's not real.
First thing that they see from the Cuban in Cuba.
That's not real.
No, that's
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
That's
getting
the old-
racist
that-
memes.
Yeah, that's a racist
There's-
joke. Like animal, and then like, oh, what? Like,
That's
saw,
Miami racist
yeah,
memes. We don't get those up here.
You don't get to do that over here.
Who's Navi? We don't get
People
it.
are like texting each other. Hey, I found another. I found one.
There's a Usnavi. All right. This is kind of cool, T.
All right.
We got brand new music from a band called Deathlands, but we have a brand new song from our buddy Zach from Ohio. His band Echo Days. That'll be the second song coming out of the break. So enjoy this. This is called Disturb the Peace. We'll be right back.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Squirt. Squirt who? Squirt is P. You dumb rednecks.
Right about now, you are listening to the incredible
A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, who kindly remind you that Squirt is P.
I won't wait here in sorrow. I can't rest and find that love. It resides in the hollows as I traverse ridge lines from above. Name what you need to start again. Just like with disease, you know I always aim to please. Take what you need, yeah, and do my best. Just
Welcome back to a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. If you're a company that needs some brand evolution, and I'll explain, like when me and Daniel started with the Danger Brain.
I wish you would. I have no idea what that means.
You know, we had Danger Brain made us a brand, and then it's evolved throughout the years. 16 years of working with Danger Brain.
Yeah,
like,
man.
obviously, all the different brands they've created for us. But then when you have a brand, if it doesn't evolve, it becomes stale, and then it almost becomes dated, where it does something negative to you or to the perception of it, where it's like, oh, that's old now.
Yeah, well, you always want to constantly be looking at it, evolving,
Refreshing,
or making things cohesive. If you have
Yeah.
like we've done parts of variations of this company that need something that's sort of similar to our current brand.
Yeah.
And we got the guys.
Yeah, it makes a difference working with an awesome brand agency like the Danger Brain. You can go to thedangerbrain.com.
Yes, we love those guys, and they will hook you up.
So Andrea has this smart ring that she was showing me today when she first got here.
She's always flapping her gums about some new thing.
So what is it now?
So it's an Aura ring. So a few people have it. They're on their like second version of it, but I got it a couple of months ago. But so I was looking at my stats this morning. So what I was really
It
telling
lets her know when she's got puffy nipples.
So it does.
That's what it does.
It does
Right.
cycle insights. So it will tell
cycle
me.
insights.
It'll tell me when my
I know.
period is gonna start.
Oh, God.
So I mean,
How
if
does
you're,
it know that?
So the ring is
I mean, you
measuring
can smell it.
lots of.
Smells like shit. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this topic, so I deflect. I'm deflecting.
You got a period ring?
Yeah, she got a.
Is this thing on?
Yeah. Oh, did you sniff it? Don't ever.
I don't sniff the
My
mics.
God. No. Crystal, the ladies are wild. They're crazy. Coming here
They're
sniffing
worse than
mics
us.
and talking about
Don't
periods.
touch it to your lips.
Stop. My
Periods
God.
are real things.
They are real things, and
happen.
I got double of them in my. Like they're always talking about it. They've been ganging up on me.
Good thing, prepare that girl so she's not surprised like the rest of us.
Yeah,
were.
there's you guys. I called you guys assholes yesterday.
Yep.
You ganging up on
We
me.
were ganging up
They
on
were
you.
like, I was like, "Where's my thing?" And Andrea's like, "It's over there." And Maisie turns around. She's like, "Yeah, get some eyes." And I go, "You guys are assholes."
Yeah. So it'll tell you it's beta testing on it a symptom tracker. So it'll tell you 3 days ish before if you're getting sick. It'll be like, hey, just to give just an idea, you know your body temperature, your resilience, your recovery index is really low.
Resilience?
So
The
you,
fuck does
you
that
could
mean?
Be
Your
getting
resilience?
sick. It'll also do
So you
like
can
I
start
said,
that echinacea early.
something.
Oh, I touched this to my mouth.
Oh, you did.
I need the ring.
Echinacea? What is echinacea?
It's keep you from getting sick.
Or the elderberry.
Oh God,
or
none of
something.
that stuff works. Andrea brought home these crystals. Have you seen these little
Sugar beads.
Oh,
The
what?
sugar beads,
Oh
they call
God,
them.
my
I
wife's
don't know
turned into
this.
some goddamn crystal bitch. She's got these little.
The homeopathic
She's
sugar
got
beads.
these little things, and then I'm like, oh, I got allergies. She's like, oh, you might need some sugar beads. And I'm like,
what is it?
sugar
We
beads?
can't-
And she's like, she's checking her ring. She's like, oh, I'm checking my ring about my cycle. Let me get you the sugar beads. She'll go over to the cabinet and get a little and they're these little vials. They're little white vials. It looks really fancy, like it's some shit that would cure AIDS.
Oh.
And it's like got a little snappy thing, and you got to twist and pull and snap. You know, like it's like you're doing a COVID test. You're like, this is real shit.
If you feel
And then
like
you pour it into your hand, and it looks like raw sugar.
Is it like a homeopathic?
Yeah.
It's like raw sugar, and I'm like, I'm not taking this bullshit. You know me. You know, I hate all the. I'm like, this
That
is
don't do none of
hey,
that.
it's getting us through the dance season.
Listen,
so.
It's
Lyanne and our other friend Aki and maybe others, I don't know, but they're like witches with the. They
Oh,
put
God.
garlic.
What have we done? What have we done? What the fuck?
It's
They-
called goot, and you put it on your kid's feet, like when
Witch's
you,
goop.
Goot.
Goot. Witch goot.
They cut potatoes and
Go to goot.
they put potatoes in the socks at night. They're putting garlic in the armpits.
Garlic in the armpit. Potato sock
crazy.
goot.
They're always telling me about mother of pearl and vinegar.
Mother pearl's what you put in a
and,
guitar
these-
inlay.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, you got to take the homeopathic
Colonial
stuff.
silver. My
I
wife's
don't
got
think
her,
you do.
got her pussy ring on.
The only thing that works is fentanyl.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It's like you gotta eat good, exercise, and fentanyl. That's the main three. That's the big Tom and Dan 3. Exercise, eat right, fentanyl. Paid pill.
Yeah. I mean, what
So
does the
what-
potato socks do?
Yeah, tell us about.
Okay, so you put it's not the potato socks. It's garlic and coconut oil, and you make like a paste with it.
Coconut oil makes your stretch marks go away, right?
Yes.
There's lots of different things you can use coconut
lots
oil.
of uses.
Okay.
And then you put it on your feet, and it's a natural fever reducer. After you touch your kid in 30 minutes, their whole body temperature
No,
has
you
changed.
put a potato. Okay, rub this potato. There's oil on your feet. It'll bring your temperature down. I don't think that's science.
Wait, I want to know.
I don't think there's any.
That's Miami science.
It's not science.
That's a different,
Is it
world
whole?
out
Is
there.
it whole garlic? Is it cloves? Is it? Have we minced it? What are we?
You're putting it in a blender, and you're making it into a
paste.
paste.
A paste.
Oh, I remember when Andres told me, he's like, "Oh, you got to put the cat eye behind your
I was
microwave."
just thinking about that.
And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Gotta put it in the glass of water behind your microwave. Get the
So
demons out of
he-
here." I'm like, "Nah."
Tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, but Andres found a cat eye in his couch, like hidden, like somebody
That's a marble, right?
somebody put it there
It's a marble.
to
right?
curse him.
Yeah, it's a Santeria
Why are
curse.
marbles a toy, a child's toy? What is the?
Well,
why is that a negative? Why is that bad?
Wait, it's
No,
simple.
it was an actual eye, like shaped like an eye.
Oh, like an actual.
Well, you know the cat eye marbles that have.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a,
but I'm just saying it's still a toy. It's not
still a
a,
marble.
I don't want people to be confused that it's an actual, like an eye from an actual feline.
Yeah. It's
No,
a representation of a cat eye,
Right,
which
right.
is still
a
the
modern
same.
day curse,
Yeah,
if you will.
Santeria still approves that.
Yeah. So to get rid of the curse, you've got to take the eye and put it in a cup of water.
Yeah.
Okay, to drown. it.
So now it's contained.
All I
Yeah,
have is
yeah.
sublime in
It's
my
a
head.
cleanse. It's a cleanse.
It's a cleanse. Okay, yeah, I like that. I think that's terrific.
So,
So you're
the
feeling
ring.
under the weather. So can we put some of the goop on your feet
I mean,
You
you
can
can
do
do
it. You can do
That's
it
tonight activities.
tonight?
You're
Oh,
gonna do it
yes.
tonight.
I'm not sleeping next to that garlic paste.
You can goot your feet up.
It's like hypnotism. You have to believe it for it to work. Like you can't, because I put anything Crystal knows, I'll be like, this is never gonna work. I'll wake up sicker than I was because of my negative energy.
He's so
No,
negative.
it's called. My kids call it magic socks.
So they do. So they're all in on it.
They're all about it. It smells like Little Caesars in their room. When they're
Little Caesars. Oh, Maisie loves Little Caesars.
There you go.
She would love that.
We joke. This is a thing of like at home remedies.
Do you
like
have
it's
any
been
at-home
going on
remedies?
ever.
Do you have any?
No, we have none of that. It's
I don't think we do either. Maisie
Even
comes in
the-
at night to trim her own toenails. She'll come in at the end of the night, bang on the door. She's like, "I need to trim my toenails."
even
And then
if
she
The
comes
only
in.
thing I've ever put on her feet is the Vicks. I
Yeah.
only put the Vicks on the feet
Yeah,
if she's like
and a little on her chest.
I've never even done that.
That's so Cupid of you.
Yeah. You do the Vicks. Yeah.
I do the Vicks.
Yeah, you,
Bibaparu.
yeah. She
What?
will do the,
Not
the
Vicks.
Not
Yeah.
Vicks. Okay.
Bibaparu.
we barely even do medicine, no? Like because the kids bitch about taking it so much. We're
you
like,
gotta pray it away.
Just be sick.
we're just we're like
You'll be fine.
your body. I mean, you're not gonna die from this. Like you'll eventually get better.
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
but don't
right?
you want to like? Don't you explain to them? Don't you want some relief in like how you feel? So that's why we take medicine. That's why we do medicine.
They would rather be sick than take the damn medicine.
That's so
they hate it that much.
crazy.
They hate it that much.
I like that.
Take the medicine.
They tell us they're like, we'd rather feel like shit than take this tiny
But
shot of
no,
medicine.
I bet because you guys cater to them when they're sick.
You
Do
know
you
what?
baby them when they're
I'm
sick?
their mother.
See, that's what they want.
And they're my
Grandparenting.
That's what they want. That's what they want.
Grandparenting.
I want that too.
But I'm a
You don't
baby.
baby your babies when they're sick. Yes, you do. You
Oh, I don't.
You should see me shove medicine down my kids'
Yeah.
throats.
Oh, really?
I want them to. I don't want it to her to deal with this whiny baby
I'm
stuff.
pretty bad. I'm pretty babyish when I feel bad. Yeah,
All of you.
I want to lay in the bed and I want to. I'm like, like I milk it.
What is that? Because
milk it bad.
I'm for sure tougher than you women over there.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
But
excuse
every
me.
time I get a
Excuse-
cold,
yeah.
I can't
If you
move,
get
and
a
I'm
cold-
bitching so much. And Crystal's like, "What the fuck's wrong
Yeah,
with you?"
he
I
is
got the
bad
same.
with a
No,
cold.
every
she
time
has the
I
same
don't
shit.
even notice. Like he doesn't have any symptoms,
Okay.
and he's like, "I'm real sick, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're walking around fine.
You don't do
You
that
have
here.
no
you
stuffy nose. Like you're fine.
Here he just
no
afferents
fever?
his balls off. I mean, here is
He's
just.
always complaining about how sick he is, and I'm just like, you're not. I mean, do you have a cold? Like, move on with your life. I don't
Maybe
know why
he's doing
it's so
coke
bad
with
for
the
you.
new weight laws. I thought he was doing coke.
I want to hear more about what the ring does.
Andrew's ring.
Yeah, what else does it do?
So it's got an app, so it will tell me my readiness for the day.
What
it
does
says,
that mean?
So readiness
Like how
is
well you slept.
how well you sleep versus like the balance of what you did the previous day. So my sleep was optimal. My resilience is solid. It's down a little bit, meaning my daytime recovery. So I've been a little stressed, and I don't even know that I'm stressed, but it will tell me my.
So let me
stress
ask you a
level.
question.
I know you're stressed. Every time I look into your eyes, I know you're stressed.
If you don't even know you're stressed, and then you look at that, is that telling you that you're stressed?
Now you're stressed because
Now
the
you're
ring
stressed.
told
Yeah,
you
that's
you
what
were
I was
stressed.
thinking.
Yeah, like maybe it's too
Imagine
much.
being like
No, it's
400
telling
pounds
How
and
does it
putting
know
this
your
ring on.
stress? Is your heartbeat and your temperature?
If
or
you
Yes.
didn't even know.
Yeah, so it's telling you, like, hey, you need to just calm. You need to relax. So right now it says I'm in the relaxed stage.
This is not creating future soldiers.
No, I don't think so either.
But it is.
Okay, no, but the reason I really got it is I'm on this hormonal journey.
Yes,
and so I need to see what is kind of triggering. Like this morning I had terrible cramps. Okay, so what is going on with my body?
And you know where they were? Poop
So-
cramps. And she always poops in the
They
kitchen.
were not poop
and you
cramps.
always poop in the kitchen. And you know what? We got to make a rule. Morning shit's got to go upstairs. They can't be in the kitchen bathroom. It's convenient, but we're over there. We're toasting waffles, folks. We're toasting waffles over here. And I can't shit on other people's shit because you and I do that, and it makes it like an improbable stink bomb. And then I didn't do it today for yours. I came to the studio because I couldn't shit on top of your
But
shit.
yeah, it's like activity, measures how much I'm working out, and your body still needs.
Does
your
it have any
rest after
games
that.
on it? Does
No,
it got any-
no, I just wear it. It's
So when does it get to the
Nah,
point
no
where
games.
you're able to have something injected into your body and it's measuring like your blood real time, and you just go on your app? and
Yeah,
you
I don't
see-
think we're that far from that, probably.
No.
right.
I
I
think
said
so
I don't
either.
think we are either
Yeah.
because people are measuring their blood sugar now with the
I see those
things
all the time.
Yeah,
those
and they just
little
have to
step-
like put their phone
Yeah.
up to it, and it gives them the reading. So I don't think we're very far from that.
And I heard that that's going to cause a huge problem where people are going to live way too long. Because right now everybody's like, they're like, oh, my stomach hurts, cancer.
Well,
Dad."
this
You
is
know, like,
Tuesday. This is the movie Tuesday.
If you fight,
Everybody lives too long, right?
It-
Nobody can die.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Death is
I wish that was more the premise of the
death
movie.
is just as important as life.
Did you talk about how terrible that
We
was?
did.
Yeah,
we
that-
roasted it
All
hard.
right,
We
good.
roasted
On the
it
BDM
hard.
show, yeah.
Give it a good flavor.
You gotta sign up to be a BDM to find out about that.
All right.
Oh, we roasted it hard.
And me and Crystal pretended like I pretended like I was on my phone, so the people outside couldn't ask me what rating I gave it.
Oh, that's good, man.
I can't.
I support that.
I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I
I'm
just ran
surprised.
away.
Now that was the one thing that I thought was
did
crazy.
you go to like a?
It's a film festival.
I thought that you, of all people, because you are, I really, really trust you. When you tell me don't watch that, I listen.
The thing
And
is,
I'm surprised you didn't light them up.
I thought that it maybe wasn't a movie for me. So I didn't want to say, this was terrible. This was
Right.
just really actually bad.
Right.
Because maybe it just wasn't for me. You know what I mean?
I
But I
do.
didn't, it was really bad.
Let's
it
see,
was
is
just
IMDb
I do.
really
We
bad.
are at a weird place where it's like, we are at a weird place where everybody analyzes anything is like, is that really constructive criticism? And it's like, I don't even know where the line is anymore.
Yeah, I didn't want to be rude about
Yeah.
it
So-
because I just felt like it was so bad I couldn't give it anything.
IMDb doesn't have a grade. It's 6.8.
out of what 10?
10. That's not great.
Yeah, I mean I would
Well,
have
it
given it a
plummeted.
1
It
out
was
of
at
5.
100%. It was at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes
At
for the
some point,
longest time.
at some point, TC looked at me and
Oh, wait,
said, "You
hold
owe
on.
me big time for
There's
this one."
different movies called Tuesday. Which one?
It was
one
the
with
one with
the-
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
so that's the low.
The one with the devil bird.
Yeah. I looked at him at one point and said, "Is this ever going to end?"
Oh.
It was
Yeah.
just
There you go.
What did we
terrible.
leave? I had to clean the boat, and that's all I was thinking about.
Did you leave? Like, could your anxiety, that's what I'll call it, allow you to stand up in the middle of it and just sneak out, get in your car, and drive away?
The thing
Oh,
is,
yeah.
no, I wouldn't have done that because I was waiting for something to happen. Like I was waiting for
I bail on things all the time.
the thing to happen.
I bailed on Elton John.
What do you mean, Elton John?
We got to like the very end, and like he was gonna do an encore, and it wasn't as good as Billy Joel, and I'd had too much to drink, and and I'm like, and we left.
You got the gist of it.
Yeah, I was like, I
It's like,
got it.
yeah.
The big glasses, he played the piano. I'm
the
there.
Billy Joel would be hard to.
Well, Billy Joel,
so good.
Billy Joel was so good.
It's
Yeah,
so
no.
good.
And Billy Joel ruined Elton John for me. Like when I went to Elton, I thought like, oh yeah, it's gonna be comparable.
Yeah.
Not
He's
even
much
close.
older though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's significantly older. I
So
believe.
they went to a concert last night. Are people back to behaving at concerts? Because
Oh,
a
this
little
is a
bit,
good question.
a little bit after COVID, people are terrible at concerts, and comedian, like.
Now, listen, you're talking to people who are coming here from Miami, right?
Right.
We always talk about it like it's a different place down there, and it really is. So the both of them came back last night and were like, it was so calm in there. Like, it was calm, and nobody was smoking weed, and people weren't out of control everywhere. And I'm like, sounds about right. Like, for a concert that's kind of a chill concert,
right?
But in Miami, it would have been.
It's the
weed
Postal
everywhere.
Service and Death Cab for Cutie. You don't think it's?
It's slow songs. So people are not being wild and moshing during a piano ballad. Like, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But they weren't screaming.
Andrea, these are the crazy people that the people complain about. These are the people from Miami. There's some other podcasts, like I was at Death Cab for Cuties last night, and there's these people from Miami who wouldn't shut up.
Listen.
They're talking on their Bluetooth.
Death Cab for Cuties, and all I can think of is the little oranges.
There were people sitting in front of us during the concert, and they were going to play.
Do you guys say Death Cab for Cuties?
No, but
because all my Spanish friends, like when I wear this hat, they go Magics.
With an S at the end.
And I look at them like, go Magic.
I was born in the United States.
I wanted to see. Like, people are sitting. I want to see.
Nobody can hear you.
So we're at the concert yesterday, and there's people in front of us, and they're talking during like one of the hits, and I'm like videotaping the song because I love this song.
Go Magics!
And my husband in the video, you can hear my husband go shh to the people in front of us.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "You're not in Miami. You cannot do that here. We're gonna turn around and get punched in the middle of the concert."
Okay.
Go Magic.
We went to an Avett Brothers concert in Key West, the three of us.
Yeah.
TC didn't come, and on the second night,
I almost got arrested at an Avett.
Yeah. Andres was talking to this guy, and his wife kept getting annoyed because, Andres is very charismatic and people enjoy talking to him.
He's a chirper. I'd put him in my camp.
And he's chirping during the show.
Yeah, but it's like on the lawn, so it's kind of, everybody's kind of doing their own thing.
It's fine. Chirping on the lawn is approved.
Yeah.
But
You're
the
fine.
wife was not happy because she wanted to be like holding the husband's hand.
Yeah, having
and,
a
like,
moment.
Swaying.
She wanted a moment.
Yeah, she wanted the moment. So she kept telling her husband, hey, quit talking to that guy. Come over here, talk to me.
Andre's screaming, we the best! There's some hippies. I'm trying to slow dance with my hippie wife.
She pushed him, or she slapped him, or
she
something.
slapped you?
Something happened. It was like,
Oh my God.
She tried to slap him.
Oh
wow.
It was a surprise.
Avett Brothers at UCF, we almost got into a fight because those guys were just like talking to the whole.
Yeah, but I will say something, and I did. And then they
broed up.
I was like, hey, why don't you guys shut the fuck up or something? And then they were like, fuck you, midget man, or like, we'll fucking eat you for lunch or something. And then I was like, I'll get the cops. And then I went up there and I went to talk to the cops. And I was like, hey, cops. And they're like, you're drunk, sir.
So did the people in front of you?
I'll go sit down.
Did they shush?
Yeah, and then they finally sat down, and then halfway through a song, she tapped my leg and asked me for a piece of gum.
Okay.
It was just like weird interactions with the same group of people.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
We touch legs around here.
What are the big hits
Tap
for
strangers.
Postal Service and Death Cab?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know
My favorite Death
Passenger
Cab
seat.
song is A Lack of Color. I love that song.
I don't see color.
You don't know that song?
I don't see color.
And When I See You, I really see you upside down, but my brain knows better.
I haven't.
Isn't the Postal
flips
Service
you
have that
around?
one song that's?
I don't know any.
I can't even sing it because
I
I'm
don't
like,
know any.
I can hear it in my head.
That is a genre of music
yeah.
It looked
that
beautiful.
I don't believe I have, and I'm a little embarrassed because I listen to so many different types and styles of music, and those are not.
Wasn't that was
bands.
a super hard ticket to get? I heard people, there was a crazy waiting room
Yeah.
for that. So did they not come any further down?
No,
This is
was
their
it.
only Florida show.
Wow, that's why. Okay.
Wow.
And they broke up like 15 years ago,
Sure.
so this is like a reunion tour, and we had never seen them before.
Was it better than the No Effects reunion show?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
These all our friends were.
Yeah.
So,
I gotcha.
we're taking the boat up to St. Augustine tomorrow.
Don't
and
swamp any pants.
No, I want him to swamp pants.
Well,
We haven't swamped in the new boat.
Yeah,
You got to get a good swamping
What
on
is
there. I
that?
think Lyanne would be
He
honored.
swamped me. Did you never hear that story?
He got Andrew's jeans wet. And she had to take her
We
jeans
were
off. She had to
pulling out, and he.
Well,
did
the boat was
something-
too heavy.
Yeah,
we
okay,
had too
so
many
it was
people
our
on
old
luggage.
It was our old boat. It was shorter, and had a less capacity. But we had
That's like
6
me.
people
I
on
know,
it.
I'm concerned.
No,
now
no,
I'm
no.
concerned.
No.
Nah,
We
you're
had
fine.
6 people on it and our luggage, and like we just drove right into the wake of another boat like this.
And
Straight
and
into
the
the
water
thing.
came over. I had jeans on because it was cool, and so they were fully
Wait a
wet.
minute.
So we had to hang
Were
them
the
from the
Moon
bimini.
Jets?
Moon Jets
Yeah.
were with
Yeah.
us.
Okay, I have a hot take. I'm
Oh.
gonna blame the Moon Jets because I think the Moon Jets brought too much luggage. And if I remember correctly, Tony and Chrissy had like 2 full big Jansports on there.
Spanish people do.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
They
Have you
there,
seen?
Like, I think this is a hot
Yeah,
take, and I
yeah.
love them both, but I think Tony and Chrissy
Yeah.
were like packed for Scotland.
Listen,
You know,
And I'm gonna blame them on this one.
hillbillies get stereotyped for bringing too much luggage, but it's really Spanish people.
They gotta pack their garlic paste.
yeah.
we showed up with 4 carry-ons.
One bag's just remedies. Potatoes, socks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
So anyway, it's Andres and Lyanne's first time in St. Augustine. So I
forgot about the luggage.
Is it your first? No, not your first time. You've been in
It's
St.
the
Augustine.
kids' first
My
time.
kids
Oh.
have never been.
Oh, you
But it's
told
their-
me they'd never been. Man,
I
you
don't
don't listen
know.
to anybody in your
No.
life, do you?
I half listen. Crystal tells me things.
I said he got half of it right. I said the kids had never been there.
You're
Oh, okay,
enabling him. You're making us
I'm
waffle.
enabling everybody. I guess.
Grandparenting.
I'm grandparenting my own husband. Jeez. Am I the problem here?
No, so everybody tells me too much information that I don't even need to know. Like, tell me what exactly I need to know.
I would rather have more information so then I can cipher out what
yeah,
I
but
don't
I don't need to know people's likes and dislikes and what their lives are about. Like, it's useless to me. So anyway, I have to now. I feel like I'm a tour guide. I have to show your kids.
Wait, is that you saying, and now I feel like I'm a tour guy?
No,
Or is
I
that
like
you
that's
saying,
my
I'm
now
going
I
home.
feel
No,
like-
he
I'm going
loves-
home.
Okay.
One
all
of
right.
TC's favorite things is taking people who we like to places that we've been that we like.
And then telling
And then
him things
showing
he
them
half
about it.
listened to.
Yeah.
I like that.
We already planned out the cannons are going to go off. We know
Okay.
what time, and we're going to be
Nice.
there at the time.
It's good to see
Like
the
all
cannons.
Dolphins,
We know when
manatees.
the pirate ship leaves at this time.
The
so we're
cannons
gonna,
are badass.
But
That's-
when we pull up on the opposite, like all the crowds there, we pull up right to the actual fort.
Yeah.
Because you can pull your
Yeah,
boat up.
you're
because
right- yeah, you're right there on the left-hand
They
side.
blast
Pull
a
up-
cannon right at you.
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then, what other stuff should we do?
You need to eat in the thing at the conch house.
We are. We're going to eat there.
Yeah.
We're
Good.
staying there. We're staying at the conch
Yeah,
house.
I love the conch house.
And I told Lyanne, I'm like, oh, they have some good food places. I'm going to go to this, my favorite Cuban place and get a Cuban sandwich. And she's like,
Absolutely
"Fuck that.
not.
I don't want that shit.
You're right.
I can make my own goddamn Cuban sandwich.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
We're like, they got Cubans.
They put the mustard on it. They press toast. They press toast. I eat it. It's like, ooh la la.
You see the world's oldest schoolhouse.
You gotta go to Scott's
got nothing.
museum.
You want to walk down
Oh, yeah.
the-
We were going to see if we could call Scott out in his
Yes,
pirate outfit.
We discussed that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
discussed
outfit.
that.
He walked
You're
down.
disrespecting him.
He walked
No,
down.
he loves it.
It's
He's
a
Mr.
Spanish
It's a
soldier.
Spanish soldier's
He's
outfit.
Mr. Oh, okay.
It's not his fault that pirates dress like that too.
Is the
You're
sangria
right.
place still open? That
Yes,
was really...
shut the box. That we should take them there.
Yeah, shut
Yeah,
the
we
box
should.
is
We'll leave
good.
the kids at the hotel.
Is
We're
the
gonna go there.
rendezvous? I had heard the rendezvous, which literally, like, that's where we went to sneak good beers before there was craft beer. You would go to the rendezvous right
Some
there.
of those places have
I
closed.
think it closed down. Like, I think the Magic
Mojo's
Store.
barbecue's pretty good.
Yeah, Mojo's isn't bad.
Mojo's is the one with the good tacos, right?
Yes. Oh no, that's a same name, different place. But
Okay.
yes.
Oh, yeah,
Mojo's
yeah.
Tacos is badass. Yeah.
Why
And
don't
in
we
the
leave the
distillery.
kids in the hotel and go see Bad Religion and Social Distortion
I was.
in St. Augustine?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
We're
tonight.
there tonight.
Yes,
No,
tonight.
it's tonight or is it tomorrow
It's
night?
sold out, but you
Oh,
can
is
get
it
tomorrow
tonight?
night.
No,
Oh, is it-
tomorrow's Friday.
It's when we're
T-
there.
Today's Friday.
Oh, it's when
What
you're
day is
there
today?
then. You could go. Oh, I'm jealous. I'd love to go, but
Right.
it's sold out. And
I thought about you. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you can get
Yeah, you can.
aftermarket tickets.
you could just go to the venue, I bet.
Wait, that is a great venue. If
We
you've
go-
never
Yeah.
seen
I
a
love
show
that
at the
venue.
St. Augustine Amphitheater, it's one of the best venues in
I love
Florida.
it.
I've never been there, and I'm seeing Ava Brothers in November.
Oh,
I'm very
what a
excited.
great venue.
We're going to go see UB40 there.
Oh,
We
wow.
saw them. They were so good. We were the youngest people.
We're
there.
gonna be the
Yeah.
youngest
We're gonna be
people,
the
but
youngest people.
but
Just so
I'm
you know that.
excited. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love UB40.
Yeah, that's a great venue, man. The St.
Mom
Augustine
dancing.
venue is pretty phenomenal.
We
Nice.
saw
So good.
We saw Casey Musgraves
Who
there.
should
It
I
was
take?
To Avett Brothers?
Oh,
your
yeah, you
husband
have
does
I
not
have a
want
lot
to
of
date.
I
emails.
like Avett Brothers.
I have a lot of
What
emails from
is it?
listeners that want to go. There's a thread on
know,
Reddit. There's a
know.
Reddit thread about you.
Oh, God.
I haven't told you about this. All respect. It's all respect.
Yeah.
No, it's
And
not.
they're and they
Don't
and they
lie.
no. I
They
told
want to
him.
go to concerts with her?
I
Those
told him
people are
that
animals.
I told him that your skit days are probably behind you. This is what I said. I said even though she talks a bold game and she puts her number out there and says she'd like for listeners to go with her and dance with her and make her feel like a real woman. But I said that's just a skit bit. Those days are behind her. She doesn't want to be sitting
You
in
know
the
what?
general
You're right.
Lee with-
Why don't you
You're right.
go by yourself
remember the
and
guy
enjoy
that
it?
Brett Bushy, the guy that made you go on a date, and then that guy
oh
was a
my
real
God.
creepo and he died.
He died.
Yeah, that guy died.
So I
Creeps
went-
die. Creepos die.
Remember I went on a date with an old guy, a Predators employee?
With a mullet and a mustache. I remember that.
I
guy.
went on a date in a limousine with this man.
Yes.
And
I
they
remember this.
videotaped it.
What
I
is
have
your
the
life?
DVD.
Why would you do that?
He looked like the owner of the. He looked like the
Poor
owner.
thing, though.
Who's the guy with the weird fucking dickhead haircut?
Oh, Mark Davis.
He looked like
Yeah.
Mark. He looked like Mark Davis.
No.
Like a skinny
But
Mark
why don't
Davis.
you go
No,
by
come
yourself?
on.
I went to a concert by myself. It was a wonderful, enjoyable
I might
experience
enjoy
because
it, yeah.
it was who I wanted to see. I had nobody I felt like I had to entertain.
Yeah, but she was
or
getting text
impress.
messages from me. Where the
I thought
fuck
he liked
are you?
Avett Brothers.
He does, but
Okay.
he just
He never enjoys it. He
just
puts off an
sits
aura.
there still, and then I can't help but feel responsible. And even if it's not real and it's in my own head, I feel like he's not enjoying this. Okay, let's go. We can just hurry up and go or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
that's
I'm-
your fault.
I just said that right now.
Well,
You
it's
just
like
said-
when I
I did
asked-
say that.
Yeah.
I admit that, but it's just like maybe going by myself would be fine.
It's like when I asked Andrea to
No.
watch I Think You Should Leave, comedian Tim Robbins, and
I think it's
Robinson.
terrible.
And she like I can feel the
I was
energy
like,
of her
no, thank
hating it
you.
coming off of it, and I'm like, why don't you just go the fuck upstairs then?
Yeah,
And
don't
she's like,
ruin
I'm
my
watching
time.
it. She's like, I'm watching it. It's fine. It's fine. I was like, no, I can feel your fucking energy.
That's what I
upstairs,
said.
bitch.
So
I'm
that's
like,
why
get the fuck upstairs.
people
You're
like
ruining
different
it.
things. So then I was like, okay,
And that's okay.
bye.
Yeah, I have no energy. I don't feel energy. Well,
15 minutes into No Effects, TC was planning his escape route.
Oh, the energy. You felt the energy?
He's that
No,
commercial.
he came up to me and he told me, because he knows I'm about
Oh,
this
you
life.
vocalize your
No,
energy?
He said,
He's that
he said,
commercial. Come true.
when the last song comes on, and it's actually something that we do, we start booking it
What's
to
the last
car.
song? It's a 20-minute song.
Yeah.
The Decline.
The decline.
He's like,
yeah.
when this verse starts, he knew
Yeah.
the
Yes.
verse, and then he's
He
like,
was
that's
like,
when we
we're
watch.
out.
old
We're out.
man.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Well, that was
But
only
I wanted to be out.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, to
yeah.
save
It's a
us.
long show.
The problem is you start getting stuck in the after show
traffic.
traffic, and then that's an hour and a half of leaving. We've been stuck in, remember that? Were we that time we went to New Year's Eve? Who were we with that
Oh,
time?
John and Gina.
Oh, okay.
That was bad. We went to some New Year's Eve. I think you
House
guys
of
were there
Blues.
at House of Blues. It was like Third Eye Blind
No,
or Silver
Sister
Chair.
Hazel.
Sister Hazel.
Yes, because I had to work the next day.
We could
and
not get out of the parking lot. We
No.
left the car in the parking lot and walked to the hotel.
You always leave during the last song.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what I was doing at Elton John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
And it wasn't even that good.
Oh, we did that just recently. What did we see? Oh, the Descendants.
Yeah, I did it with Descendants too. 'cause
We
I
knew it was the
I'm-
last
I'm
one,
just
and
so
we were-
sick of getting stuck places. It has to do with the anxiety of being stuck
Yes.
places. If it were up to me, I'd never seen Descendants. Oh my God, what a great show! I loved it, but I had to sacrifice that to get home. And actually, Maisie was still up, so that one worked out.
Yeah.
I got to see her, which was great. 'Cause
But yeah,
normally I don't get to.
Because what's the value of the last song compared to
3 hours?
Hours was stuck in traffic is horrible. It's like you already saw
Well,
the concert.
he's
One
thinking of me
song.
because he's gonna have to pee 4 times if
Oh,
he's
that's
stuck in
actually
traffic.
not a bad idea.
For whatever reason, I don't learn where to park. I just always go to the garage and park on the top floor.
Nope.
And so after the show, every time it takes us like 3 hours to get out of the damn garage.
Now
one by
we've-
one, the car's
we've
I've
not
started
learned-
peeing in the car now. Did you know that? I've started.
No.
I
I'm
carry
not
a bottle now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this motherfucker.
And Maisie thinks it's the
When we
funniest
were-
thing.
when
Maisie
we
thinks
were
it's
coming-
hilarious.
You give me shit about having a tiny bladder all the time,
Yeah,
and you said you can hold your pee.
I can, but like, why hold your pee
We
when
were
you can pee in the
coming
car and your daughter will
to
she laughs?
Davenport. We were going to Davenport to see everybody, and we got stuck in traffic on I-4, and this motherfucker's like, I have to pee
That's
real
not
bad.
that far, guys.
Well, no, it's that traffic.
I know, but it's not like
champion.
you were driving to
We
Georgia.
were in traffic for a minute, so we didn't have anything in
I
the...
had to take my hand sanitizing wipes out of the Like
Yeah, we put them in a Ziploc bag, and then I
Bottle.
peed
So
in
you
the
can pee.
sanitizer bottle, like the Lysol the thing. I peed in the
That's
Lysol.
not like
bottle.
it doesn't seal either.
No, well, if
Well,
it's upright, you know, like you put it in a cup holder. I'm not an animal.
so
Like
now I
TC's
carry.
creamer. Like TC's creamer. You
yeah,
put
I
it
peed. So I peed, and man, I filled that motherfucker. I mean,
I
like
was like, there's no way
it's
he's
this
gonna
big
fill
around.
it.
Look, it's as big around as thick sliced bologna, right? And it's about a foot tall.
It's a wet one.
It's a wet one's
Yeah,
container,
right.
and I filled it up like it was almost
He
a
had to
meniscus
stop
at the
himself.
top. I was like, I gotta stop. I'm not done. It weighed like a solid
big.
3 pounds. Yeah,
So now I carry the fun spot
yeah,
drink.
Okay,
Fun
listen.
spot drink
in
cup.
the car
Our
in case
other
this guy
friends-
has to pee.
yeah.
Our other friends who moved up north have their kids. They have like a medical urinal, like
Oh,
a to-go
yeah, yeah,
urinal,
yeah.
and it's like for that. So you should just buy one of those
Yeah,
on
we
Amazon.
should.
Probably
We should
$5,
just buy one.
$10.
But I'm like, God,
Yeah, yeah.
we're
It's
keeping
fun.
the bed. He needs to
It
do
makes us
that.
laugh.
It
We
looks like
laugh
a-
and we laugh. Oh, Maisie's like, go, daddy, go.
Yeah, but this is like you can accidentally drink out of that fun spot cup later.
That's
You
true.
know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
true.
you're not gonna
Oh,
drink
I'll-
out of the urinal.
I'll wash it and use it. I am not that. Nothing about that weirds me out.
Yeah, but
Like
you
nothing. You can literally shit in a cup, put it in the dishwasher, and then put my coffee in it. I'm like, did you wash it? They're like, yes. I'm like,
We
"You're fine."
almost had to use it coming back from Lakeland because
Yeah,
we got
did.
stuck in some
We
traffic.
got stuck in more traffic. I don't do well in the traffic.
Well,
but I-
because he hammers Mountain
Maisie thinks it's
Dews
funny,
and beers
yeah.
before we get in the car.
I do, and then I start peeing in the thing, and Maisie's laughing. I'm like, turn up the Rob Zombie. We're like, and we're like dancing. I'm peeing in the car.
And he's making sure that there's no, tractor trailer next to us that's looking down. But thankfully, he got the,
Yeah.
heavy tent.
yeah.
Tents.
Yeah.
Tents.
Heavy tents.
All right, let's take another break.
Yes,
and
sir.
when we come back, there's some voicemail. We'll just talk.
Yeah,
some
I
more
got
shit.
emails. I got voicemails. We'll just talk some shit.
All right.
The name of the band is Gamblers. The name of the song is Headed for a Cliff. And then after this, you're going to hear a song by JJ Gray and Mofro. And it is their cover of Seminole Wind by Blow, what was that guy's name? No.
Denver?
Why am I blanking on that guy's
John
name?
Denver?
No, he's a
Not
Florida guy. Oh, God. John Michael. No, it's not John Michael Montgomery. John Anderson. Thank you, Kendall Hill. John Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would have put money on it being Garth Brooks.
No, it's John Anderson. It's his song. And we'll be right back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at tomanddan.com for last minute emails.
Can't believe this ain't over yet. Held up like a drunk marionette. Every night I go to bed with my knees wobbling.
You're listening to the industry leader, radio guys turned podcasters. And now the whole town is sucking our dicks.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to lick our balls, bitch.
Ever since the days of old, men have searched for wealth untold. They dig for silver and they dig for gold, and they leave the empty holes. Way down south in the Everglades, where the black water rolls and the sawgrass sways, the eagles fly and the otters play in the land of the Seminoles. So blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. I'm calling to you like a long lost friend, 'cause I know who you are. Blow, blow from the Okeechobee all the way up to Micanopy, blow across the land of the Seminole, alligator and the Progress came and took its toll, and in the name of flood control, they made their plans to drain the land. Now the glaze is going dry. The last time I walked in the swamp, I stood upon a cypress stump. I listened close and I heard the ghost of Osceola crying. So blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. I'm calling to you like a long lost friend, 'cause I know who you are. Blow, blow from the Okeechobee all the way north to Micanopy, blow across the land of the Seminole, the alligator and the
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. So I thought of something during the break
Yes,
when,
sir.
Because Andres is back on the couch. There was a time where when Tiffany first got on the show, on the radio show.
We're going to have her in next week?
Yeah, she's coming next week.
For those of you that love Tiffany.
Is she going to confirm that story?
Isn't it her birthday?
I'll ask her about it.
Does she want this story told?
Is it her
That's
birthday?
I've told her before.
I know it's Sabrina's birthday.
It's not a lie. It's a real story.
So she, and it was at a time where Crystal, I was still like careful about being like alone with Tiffany or anything like that because
You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman.
No. There was a time
you would get boners when you're around her. I would work out with her. with those fat people.
Well,
these fat people that owned a Super Slow because they saw what Mark Marrow was doing with Super Slow, and they're like, well, we can scam people out of money just like Planet Fitness too. So these fat people, this is gonna all come back to haunt me because I just talk openly, and then like one of these people are gonna email me and be like, that hurts my feelings.
Listen, I was there with you at that boot camp, and I did not want that.
No, not that lady. These are different people that
right.
opened a Super Slow, and then me and Tiffany were going there, and I would work out with her, and I would work out. I'd get boners.
Her birthday is on Sunday.
She had a broken down red Mitsubishi Eclipse, red. It was red, and she would come to work out sometimes straight from Mako's in like a tiny little kilt, and I'd be like, God damn.
Anyway,
yeah. It was the origination.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what does Riz mean? I said,
you have no Riz.
And last time we were watching Smurfs with all the kids. Everybody was gone. Crystal's at the gym. Your guys at the concert.
Nice. Good for you. Good for you. You have Riz.
And then I'm sitting with Andres and Lyanne's kids, and then my sons, and then they're watching Smurfs, and they're like, they start talking about Riz, and then I'm like, what is Riz? But I didn't want to be the dumb old man, so I was like,
you have to text it. You have to text somebody. What is Riz? You have to text. What is Riz?
that?
If you're a pimp, you're a Rizzler.
Charisma. Started from charisma.
Yeah,
Charisma.
So then you got Riz, and then if you're a Rizzler.
Yeah. But if you're the diddler.
You're a word we don't use anymore. Mac Daddy.
You're a Mac Daddy.
Oh, God.
When was the last time you heard Mac Daddy?
That felt so bad.
I'm a Mac Daddy, Rim.
It felt so bad inside when you said that.
Anyway.
Okay, so Tiffany's birthday is Sunday, so you better make her feel happy birthday.
What? Matt didn't make her feel anything. She's not my wife.
No.
I'd love to make her feel.
You didn't do anything for me for my 40th birthday.
Oh my God! You
did.
Better start.
I didn't know that. Was I supposed to? I thought we said we weren't going to do anything.
No,
Did you get a
they
dog?
trick you. They trick you.
You bought a dog.
No,
you
dude.
bought the goddamn dog.
Hey, they trick you.
Yeah, it's my dog.
No,
I stole that dog.
Excuse
It's all
me,
a trick.
the dog is almost 2 years old. That was not this past birthday.
What did I do for you this year?
The big 4-0.
Oh, I'm the bad one.
No, they trick you. They
I
say
missed
we're
your
not
birthday.
doing anything, but
I
they really
did
mean.
something. Hold on, I did something. Did I not do anything? I can't remember.
I was traveling the next day, so.
Yeah.
So he got out of that. He was like,
Yeah, no, this is true. This means my weekend's not going to go well.
6 months later. Is Tiffany turning?
I think you told me.
No, she's not turning.
No, that was the
Not yet.
anniversary I told you.
Oh, it was the anniversary.
I said I didn't do anything for our anniversary.
The anniversary, we went
That what I do.
We went to Perkins. We went to Perkins.
We did.
And we were there with the blue hairs.
Yeah, we went to Perkins. And I
With
got,
our kids.
What did I buy you?
Nothing.
I bought you a
Key lime pie?
I think you
No,
got
we
a-
didn't even get dessert.
I think you got a skillet. I think you got a
Oh, I got
Breakfast skillet
steak.
of
I got you a steak fajita skillet at Perkins.
Fajitas at Perkins. Oh, my God.
Yeah, nothing like your 16th anniversary.
Put a
of
ring on it.
Perkins.
Put a ring on it.
Did you take her to club movie after?
No. I think we watched some baseball.
We shook hands. We said good
Well,
night.
we didn't
put
even,
the dog
we didn't even
between
have
us.
sex. We didn't even have
Yeah,
sex.
the dog
Because you were like, hey, do you want to do it? I was like, no, I'm snuggling with the boy.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, I'm snuggling with my baby.
No, you gotta
She
celebrate.
suggested it.
Yeah, right?
Well, I have to always suggest because he's like, you never want to do it. And I'm like, so I have to suggest it. I'm like, why don't you suggest it now?
I suggest it all the time.
He doesn't. He goes, I don't need to suggest it because I'm ready to do it all the time. But then
That's
I'm
true.
like, but I asked the last 2 times and you said that you're too tired or you want to snuggle with your dog.
You gotta put some Riz on
His
that.
mind is blowing up right now.
Look at him.
Punch his lights out.
Look at him.
He just spit again.
Andres knows. Well, I've never heard of this. Again, is anybody relate to this?
You gotta Riz him
I
up.
thought it was
I got Riz, man.
You got that.
I'm Riz. I'm Little Riz Danny. Danny Riz-a-lot.
You cannot.
I'm a Mac Daddy.
Mac Daddy.
Crystal,
I'm Mac Daddy.
I mean, not that Crystal's
I'm
ever
Little Danny Mac. Little Danny Mac.
ever even suggested it.
It's a lie.
That
This
means
is a
it's
lie.
Mac.
5
Why
times
would you
in 20
disparage?
years.
Why would you disparage the?
But she
The
knows.
opportunity.
I'll never turn it down.
That's
no
what
matter
Daniel
what.
says.
That's what I
so I'll
say.
never turn it down.
It's
So
like
it has
pizza.
to be me
I'm always in.
to say.
Nobody's
always
turned
in.
it down. Did you turn it down twice
That
for a
one
dog
time.
snuggle?
Maybe it was that
I'll
one
have
time.
the flu. I'll still do it. I'm like, but I've had COVID and been horny multiple times.
Puffing that-
And then I'm like,
Puffing that damn influenza right in my face.
I'm like, I'll just do it doggy.
Let's just do it doggy.
I'll put a pillow over my face. Like, I don't.
Would you wear a mask?
I'll put a blanket in between us. I don't even care.
He's like, I don't care what's under there. Just give me.
Yeah, there's
That's why it's not romantic.
Somebody in the chat room says that's what happens when you leave early. You exit early on Elton John. That's a fucking crazy thing to say.
So anyway, back. I'm taking. Tiffany texts me. She's like, "Hey, can you take me to work? I'm on pain pills because I got a boob job last night."
Yeah.
She went to
That
work
gives me a boner
the
a
day
little.
after
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
dating.
It was,
She was like bleeding. Still.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She saw the
Like, she had a
scars.
shirt and a bandages
Oh
like
my
a
God.
mummy and like blood.
She was a bikini mummy.
She's a hard ass
Like a
worker.
drain. There was a drain.
I don't know. Like it was
he
something.
wasn't looking.
And she was.
Yeah, I bet you were though.
And then so I picked her up on my old Ford Escort.
Did you open the
1992.
The
door
old
for her?
berserker.
Did you open the door for her like Bronx Tale? Did you open the door for her?
I forget about that stuff. No, I just pull up because I'm scared that Crystal's gonna catch me.
Crystal's
and find
laying
out.
in the back of the truck
Right.
the whole time.
But,
No, I wasn't there. I was at home in bed.
Yeah. This we had a 5:30 in the morning. You know, it was like nighttime outside, and so I picked Tiffany up, and I didn't tell Crystal because I was
He was
scared.
afraid I would be mad.
You're doing the math.
So then I'm
Doing the
driving, and I remember where it
Because
was.
you're picking up your new girlfriend with a new boob job.
In the
That's what it
berserker.
sort of sounds
You
like,
know,
right?
he did
I
the
mean,
math,
I
you're right.
remember
Yeah.
doing the math when he told me he picked her up, and I remember thinking, because I didn't know you.
I felt
Obviously,
bad for her.
I don't think I knew you as well as I know you now. And I remember thinking, like,
I wonder how she thinks.
well, like, yeah, like it's one of those things where
Yeah.
it's like, I can see where,
Anyway, it's just on paper, it's
bad on paper.
But
It's
also,
bad
it's
on
like 5:30 in the morning. Anyway, and now it's absurd now that we know Tiffany. And so I'm driving, and then she's like, "I'm gonna be sick," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I pull over right there on the Maitland Exchange,
Yeah.
where from 1792.
now
where
you really have a boner because she's gagging. And you're a psychopath. She's like, and you're like, oh,
I'm like,
shit.
"Oh, can I slap your cheeks?" That's a thing. Anyway, so she starts puking. She
stabbing your thighs.
She opens my passenger side door.
Window doesn't go down.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the windows are broke. As the thing stinks. I used to smoke in it. And she's puking, and then she's like, "I'm sorry." She closed the door, and then we go about our way or whatever. And then so,
oh my god,
weeks
to have video of how uncomfortable you would have been.
Oh,
during
can you
that.
imagine?
You know,
So
like,
good.
Oh, I
are
freeze
you
when
dead?
someone
You're dead
pukes.
silent, right?
He was
Like,
like a
yeah.
child. You were like a child then.
Yeah.
I mean, how old were you at this time? 22
cigarette,
years old?
hat. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
those brown shorts, those
Yeah,
brown
yeah.
plaid shorts.
Yeah.
Awesome Powers
Brown
boxers,
plaid.
a brown shirt that says like "Welcome to Montana." Or something. What was that? Do you know
Yeah,
that?
it was
I'm-
all
I'm
borrowed
picturing
shit.
it. It's like a brown shirt
Yeah.
that says like "Welcome to Nevada."
He had the haircut of that old comedian lady.
yeah, Grandma Lee. Like Grandma
I had a
Lee.
Grandma Lee stooge. Oh, Anders knows all
The
about the stooge. Yeah, he would tell me. He's like, "Get a new haircut." I'm like, "You don't
I would
understand."
tell him every day. I would tell him, dude, do something about that shit.
And I'm like, "They don't."
What do you do? Just show up there, just quiet. Let me get the stooge. And then you just get it.
Like,
And then come back.
He doesn't say a word. He gets in line, sits down, they cut it, he leaves. There's nothing exchanged. Nothing happens.
He would go and get a haircut and come back with the stooge.
Because I don't know what to tell them. I think they're like, "What kind of
They're just
hairstyle?"
going
I'm like,
off
I
Show
don't-
him a picture.
I got his
I
haircut
don't
for my
know.
wedding. I got his haircut and a shave, and then the next day he shows up with the wedding stooge. Like it's like they
the
combed
only
it.
thing they
Like they combed it a different way, and you left. I was like, perfect.
They're like,
and then
oh,
you
he's
showed
here.
up.
He's
back
here.
to
Just
the
give him the
stooge.
old stooge and leave him alone.
the stooge is just a grown out.
You're out of it
Caesar.
now, though. Your haircut's not.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll bring-
Yeah,
they're
now
grown.
you figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
no
it's-
doubt.
What's gonna happen
I
if
was like
this guy
38.
moves?
Oh,
What?
John.
Yeah, what if he moves?
No,
What are you
can't
gonna
move.
do?
nothing can be done.
Back to the stooge. You should actually grow a stooge, just like for fun. Like,
Oh,
John would
it
not
would happen
allow
so
I can't go
fast,
back
so
there.
fast, so fast.
I can't go back. Oh.
I
Anyway,
can't go back.
so weeks later, I'm driving, and then Crystal's in the passenger seat, and she's like, "There's vomit all in like the where you put your change, where like the door
There's
handle.
vomit
and
where
the
I put my trash.
and then you put treats. She's like, "There's vomit all over here," and then I was like, "Oh my god!" And I remember thinking like, "Oh shit, it's Tiffany's vomit." Then I was like, "But Andres had borrowed my car one night. I forgot why."
Why always? What
This
do you
is
think?
always the story
Yeah.
people say on like live PD. They're like, "Oh, a friend borrowed my car.
Yeah,
I don't know what
Yeah.
happened."
Yeah,
Wait,
it
but it
is
worked.
what really
But I
drug
did
addicted
borrow
fellas
it.
do.
Yeah,
I did borrow
and then I was
Okay,
like,
so it was true.
I was like, "There's vomit." I was like, "God, Andres must have puked in the car." and
Yeah,
not
no,
told
I
me."
remember saying,
Yeah, he must have
like,
puked while he was driving all the way across. Yeah.
I remember saying that. How did it get all the way over
Yeah.
here? That's weird.
Yeah, it
and
must
TC was
have
like, I
projectile.
don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you know him.
Yeah, kids are funny.
You like the party.
Can't say that artist
if
is
I'm, I don't know, but I think Lyanne went out of town,
Yeah. She was out of town.
and then I'm like, hey, I need. She was away at a funeral.
Oh my god!
And then I called TC. I'm like, hey, I don't know what happened to our car. I don't know. Oh, you took the car. We had one car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I need to borrow your car, bro.
Yeah. No, I know. And then I gave you a car, and then
To do what?
Yeah, you're like, I gotta deliver these checks.
You had to push the button.
But back then,
But it wasn't for work.
Yeah, but back then we used to borrow money from each other. Like
yeah,
we used to
yeah.
run out of money and be like, "Hey, spot me $1,200 for rent."
My
And then we
We
paid.
lived together for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really, like we'd be like a week short on the rent, so they would give us $200,
Yeah.
and then then when we get it, we'd pay it back,
yeah.
and then they'd end up short on their
My
rent, so
God.
we'd give them.
That's Fast and the Furious.
175.
Familia. That's
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious.
Heroin Alley from the bottom.
Yeah. You guys are like a crew. You guys are like a real crew.
Yeah. By the way, I'm on the radio at the time. Like shit poor, like poorer than you can imagine. Like,
So did you believe-
20,000 a year?
Do you believe that story?
I guess so, but I just didn't even think about it. I don't remember what I thought.
Were you
about
jealous
it
of
until-
Tiffany at first, or?
At first, I definitely was like, what is this that's happening? You know, this hot chick is here. And she's also, by the way, she's not just a hot chick. She's taking her shirt off all the time.
Well,
So I was
old
like
men were
a
paying
little-
attention to that.
At the time, okay, but I was a young person at the
Old
time,
radio
too.
DJs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
that's what you did.
What would be your wife moved from Miami to up here for you to have eyes. So then this other chick,
Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
a little like, who is this? You know, but the minute I talked to her and knew who she was,
I dressed her in a
have any
diaper.
feelings.
Oh,
Okay,
I
no, she said
borrowed-
not to ever
You
talk
put
about
sushi
that.
Oh, really?
on her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Well, you know what's funny is that when
I didn't do that one. I didn't do the sushi.
when me and Crystal moved in together, we lived in separate bedrooms.
Oh,
like
Aussie and
roommates. no, but it was like we were like,
That's
oh,
called the
let's-
sleep divorce now.
it was
We did it backwards.
Right.
The Benjamin button.
Would you guys
Really-
fuck in like different rooms?
No, we usually
Because
just
that could be fun.
I don't remember.
Well, because I
There was
live.
dog hair everywhere back then.
Did you
Yeah.
end up in each other's bed, kind of like your kids running
Well,
to your?
it started. It started off
You
over
started
snuggle.
separate, and then
OBT and Holden and OBT.
you guys lived in just the best place.
and
Ugh.
yeah, and
that
then
was hood.
yeah. Oh, it still is.
It was cheap.
But yeah,
Yeah.
And but that
Probably isn't now though. And it's still bad.
that's when I moved in with Crystal from when the Grizz left to the
How
military.
do these conversations
Grizzler.
go? Because aren't these uncomfortable conversations for you? Like, how do you have conversations about like, okay, we're
No, it's just
together
like,
now?
Zach's leaving. Danny was leaving, and
Pudge,
then
for anybody
Pudge.
there.
Okay,
So you
sorry.
guys like really never
So then
had
it's like-
conversations
No,
about
no.
where you're at. It just kind of
Never.
happened.
No, yeah.
That's
never.
pretty crazy.
He never called me
I
his
still
girlfriend.
don't have conversations.
He's never even called me his
Do
girlfriend.
you know
ever.
you're married?
no, it was just one of these
It
things.
just slowly happened.
Yeah,
we
which is
morphed
kinda
into
cool.
one person.
It's kind of cool.
And then I remember like when Lena was there, like when me and Fernando we lived together for a while. When he was going to MMI, he wanted to be a
Motorcycle.
yeah,
mechanic?
yeah, a motorcycle mechanic, but he wanted to like work on like street bikes
Okay.
or whatever. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he came here like we both
Why'd
had.
he stop doing that?
He I'm not sure why. Like
I
eventually.
mean, it's not for everybody. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like,
But Lena would poop in our room.
Okay, yes.
On the bed.
Yeah, on the bed.
Not on the bed. She would poop on the floor, but just close enough that it would lean against the bed. So it was like a little,
kickstand.
It was a message.
They called it the pop-up
She was
tent.
sending a
That's
message.
the pop-up tent.
And then, and now I'm embarrassed by this because when we lived in Heroin Alley,
It
was real bad. Daniel saw it like when I had my graduation
I
party.
don't like to talk about it.
in
I
college.
honestly didn't.
Like the termites and
I didn't
there was
think
a
of that. I
tick
must not
station.
be a judgy person, or maybe the Volusia County redneck
But if you
in me.
look,
Like,
here's the thing. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but if you look back at the photos,
Yeah.
you go, ugh.
Crystal drew on the wall. There was the fire on the side of the outside house.
The drawing was one that I laughed about for years, but not only because it's like what crazy people do. That's the only reason why. Not because look, we all know what it's like to bite off more than we can chew. Like, I'm gonna redo and refinish all this furniture. Right? Or I'm going to paint this whole room. We all know what it's like. We've all done it. But that one's what crazy people do, where they draw things on their walls or they try to do their own mural.
I was I remember that I was like shirtless with a glass of wine and a pencil, and I just started drawing.
Up? You're drawing with your titties
I was
up?
alone for some reason for the weekend. I just drew a picture of myself on the wall. It's weird. Everybody
Wait, you have a
saw
picture of yourself on the wall now? That's your thing. That's your thing.
Yeah, and then I remember for like Crystal's birthday one time, I made her like I took the coffee table glass off, and then I made her
my favorite.
No.
This is my favorite. These are my favorite stories.
I know this.
No, TC told me that something happened to the coffee table glass, but he didn't tell me what it was. But I think he was working out with
the workout.
I was working
with
out
the bar, but
like
the
Napoleon
weight.
Dynamite's uncle in the living room with Rusty.
I've never heard. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't believe this has
What's
ever
the bar?
been.
What's the bar? The chest press bar?
Yeah, well, like a curling bar.
curling
bar.
Okay, so we had the curling
I still have
bar
it, by the
out.
way.
You still have that bar?
I
Oh
still
my
work out.
God, Uncle Rico.
Grass is all grown out in the back, like 2 feet tall.
Sandspurs.
So he's working out in the living room with the curling bar, but he didn't screw on the weight.
Well,
So
I
it
mean,
just-
a real champion doesn't have to do that. You put the pinchy thing on, yeah.
No.
You put the
Yeah, I
pinchy
didn't have any
spring.
pinchers.
Pinchy springs. You got to put the pinchy springs on the end. But,
It
but like,
slipped
you know,
off.
Had him on loose.
if you know what you're doing, you're not flopping all around.
Yeah.
Slipped off right into the glass of the coffee table, broke it. So then
man.
he's like, made me some makeshift coffee table top with photos of us.
Yeah,
And
that'll
then
make it better.
plexiglass, but the plexiglass wasn't big enough,
Yeah.
so he had cut like little squares to fill the empty spaces. So every time he would put a drink down,
Holy shit, you're my dad. My dad would rig up some garbage. Oh my God, it'd be garbage.
the condensation from your drink would go through those cracks and then like wet the pictures, and they would just bleed
And
under
then
there.
people's faces would
What
turn the
a
blue
mess.
and melt out.
Oh yeah.
My
that's
favorite
great.
times at that house was on Sundays when we used to go see the Dolphins play, like at a regular any bar.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was the
Taser.
No, yeah, it was the bar next door. We did like a Christmas
Cork
party.
room, the cork room.
Yeah,
Right.
I went there.
So then
I
would,
went there with you guys one
We would
time.
have a few beers, and then there were some like drunky fans out there.
Oh.
So
yeah.
then I'm like, oh, you like drunky? Perfect. We're coming to his house. You like
Oh,
drunky bear? We're
Andres
coming to his
would
house.
bring.
So then I would bring him over, and then we would sit.
That's probably why all your shit got stolen. All these fucking crazy radios.
Andres get the craziest kick out. He loved the fact he drunk the bear. He talked to people like, "Oh,
I
you
was
don't
like,
drink."
oh,
He's like,
yeah,
"Come
yeah,
on,
go for it, come.
hey,
We're
hey,
actually we're going to his house. Hey. Backyard, plastic table,
Yes.
2 feet
Tall
of grass,
grass.
And
2 feet
shit
of grass,
everywhere.
Sandspurs,
Lena shits
sands and
everywhere. Yeah, I
sandspurs.
remember partying in this.
24-pack on the floor,
Yeah.
not on ice.
No.
Oh,
Drink them
God.
fast. Drink them fast.
Don't embarrass
You
us.
could hear the
No, yeah, but
power
then
lines.
but Crystal
Yeah.
wasn't there. She would be working or
Working at
whatever.
Foot Locker?
That was working.
Well, the parties I would have at my little house. Remember the little house over here? I would have those parties.
Yeah.
And then you guys would all show
with your
up.
chimney.
Yeah, you'd be working or you'd be working, and you
Yeah.
guys would show up later, but it'd usually be me back there grilling wings or something alone, just fucking shit-faced.
Right, and then
Hammered,
she would
Burning
show
shit
up
in
and be
that
like,
chimney.
burning pillows,
What?
shoes.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck is going on at my house?
Bunch of strangers in there.
strangers,
Yeah.
but celebrating a Dolphins victory. Like,
Yeah, do you know, like, what was I just saying, Gen Z, they're not doing that. Like
No
those guys,
way.
they're not drinking. They're not partying. They're going to bed.
They're not making out either.
No more makeout.
No, I read an article this
No more
morning.
making out.
Their average time for dinner.
like to make out anyway.
Yeah, but how do you get to the finger?
I wouldn't. I'm not allowed to do either. I tried last night.
What?
I tried last night. Oh my God, I was rubbing that thing enough. I'm like, come on, let it go in.
I don't understand.
Fingering is
When was the last time?
Like,
you
no,
do
I'm like,
that.
I was right there. I was like, come on, I've been rubbing the top of this thing for fucking half an hour. Let me get it in there. Come on.
I hate
What are you
fingering.
rubbing it for?
One middle
Me too.
finger
It's
right in there.
disgusting and
Come on.
dirty and
So
like
disgusting.
Let me
curling your fingers in there. It
Yeah.
feels
Let me
terrible.
just put two. Just
No,
two.
thanks.
Just
When
one.
was the last time you went out and saw and looked
And
around
fingered
and
somebody?
No.
I was gonna say I did that. I've done that.
and seen a French kiss in live?
Oh, in public?
Oh.
I think my mom and dad used to do when they're dancing.
No, lately.
No,
No,
you don't
no,
see
no,
it.
no,
You don't
no.
see
It's
it.
over.
Because
I don't
people
see
are
anything.
like, oh, PDA, what?
Yeah.
Take that in.
You won't make out with me typically. We're not. We don't.
We don't make out.
Well,
I would love to. I'd
Well,
love
yeah,
to bang
but
our
when
teeth
you're,
together.
well, once you're married and stuff, you stop that. But he's like a
Yeah,
young,
now
it
it's
used to
just
be
like-
a kids. You
now
know,
it's
The
like your
young
wife-
Rizzlers are not doing that.
Well, now Andrea will just pull her pants down and pull her shirt up a little bit and like present her ass to me like a hyena.
It's like, all right, here, come get what you need.
yeah,
Let's
exactly.
get on with
All
life.
right, put it in. Ride the
I want to
donkey.
get back to my book.
Come on, ride that donkey. All right.
Yeah, Lyanne always encourages me to read cliterature,
Yes.
naughty novels.
Yesterday,
What is
Deb,
that?
who was in
What
here,
do you think a cliterature is?
brought smut. They
Yeah.
have a smut section
Yeah,
now
they
at
do.
Fairvilla.
At Fairvilla.
Yeah.
So
Where you can read about
you into the
horny
fairy
old
fairy
You guys
smut?
can go over there and buy some books and the guy's got bigger dicks in the books.
Because it's imagination, TC.
Wait, okay. There's been a news story. Who's this girth master that's making?
Girthmaster.
I'm right here. I'm right.
Apparently,
Girth
like
master.
Yeah, you've never seen the Girth Master videos?
No.
on
what-
Pornhub,
Yeah,
apparently
yeah.
he's as
I'm
spiked,
familiar with him.
Like
I think he's a white guy.
yeah, but he's from
Girth
like
master,
Australia,
yeah.
and he's like on
He's just
porn.
got the
I
thickest.
don't, it's making news.
It's
So I was like,
thickest.
do
He's
you guys
tuna
know
can.
who
He's
the
a tuna
Girth
can. Like,
master
that's
is?
my wife. That's my wife saying that. I didn't bring up Girth Master.
I want to know
Girth
who the
master?
girth master
Yeah.
is.
What news are you watching?
It's
we're,
making like Apple News. That's where I get my news.
Girth master? What is it
You want
for?
me to ask AI
Who's the
about
girth
it?
master?
Apparently, I don't know how to
Hold
spell
on.
girth, guys.
Hold on, I'll ask.
And then I have to go. I'm gonna drop that bomb, and then I have to go.
I'll
But
ask AI about it.
All I get when I type in girth master is this eggplant.
Hey, search the web for the adult actor Girth Master and
yeah,
why he's
girth
in the news
master.
right
Yeah,
now.
look how big he is. They said it's like a wine bottle.
Look, I want to see it. I don't want to see his T-shirt.
I don't want to see it right now. Maybe later.
I mean, a wine bottle.
They
That's
said
it.
his it's like a wine
Let's
bottle.
see what they say.
I don't want any part of that. I don't think my bones. Well, I guess I did
Oh, they're
push a baby
blurring.
out of there.
So he blames me for the puke.
Whoa.
Hold on. I wanna hear about
Wait, I got confused.
We bring on that girth master.
Master has been making headlines due
Oh.
to a surprising appearance with Jeffree Star. They were spotted together, which sparked a lot of online chatter about a potential collaboration, possibly even on OnlyFans.
Yeah, he's like
This pairing has definitely caught fans off guard, creating a buzz around what could come from this unexpected meetup.
So it's Jeffree Star was spotted with Girth Master. Thank you. That
Okay,
actually
who
worked
is
out
that?
good. You have to tell it to search the internet. If you tell it to search the internet, it'll figure it out.
Gotcha.
Oh no, yeah, don't put that
I don't
on
think
Twitch.
you wanna
Yeah,
Oh,
show
well,
that.
yeah. You can't show that.
Can't
Yeah,
show
man, yeah, that'd
Oh,
be
the
bad.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. Holy shit.
I don't think it got on there.
No,
She's
right.
over there.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a wine. So I'm
Yeah.
It's not
sorry.
long.
Just,
It's kind of short for how thick it is.
Thank you. You didn't
that's
need
why
to say
he's the
that.
girth.
I just feel like, you know what I mean? It needs to be a little longer.
I don't need that up. Now I gotta put it. Now I gotta
That's on
delete
your
my history.
phone?
Delete
Oh my
history.
god. I
Wait,
never delete my
I
history.
clicked on it,
Check
and
the
now it
mood
goes
ring.
into your history.
Well, girth master will.
Well, you're the one who searched
Yeah,
it.
you're the one that brought it up, Andrea. My god.
Incognito.
Jeez.
I'm fine.
Check the mood ring, Daniel.
I gotta go.
Check
I
the
love
mood
you.
ring.
Okay, I
Bye.
love you too, baby. Bye. I love you
See
so
you,
much.
Andrea.
Thanks for being here, babe.
All right.
Appreciate you being here.
Well, I think we all should get going now.
Did that make you uncomfortable? The girth master? Yeah, we ended with a
Yeah.
little girth master. It's a little weird.
Yeah,
A little weird.
Unless you want to play some
I mean, we could do.
voicemail.
You want to do one?
Yeah,
One or
play a
two? One or
voicemail.
two? Let's do.
You want to sit where, man?
Yeah, Lyanne, jump on over there. Let's go with. Let's go with this one. I like this one. I think that one's kind of interesting.
Hey, I was wondering what you guys grew up in driving in cars when you were a kid. And I was wondering how that relates into how people grow up. I think I heard Tom say that he was a van kid, literally a van, like your mom had a van, so that would make sense. Like you turned out sort of the way you did. As a kid, my parents.
What does that mean?
I know what it means.
And
he's accurate. He is accurate.
Is that a thing though?
Well, it was like
apartment.
He was in the back of the van. The bed, the seats laid down into a bed. There were no seatbelts. There was wrestling going on back there.
I didn't wear a seatbelt when I was young. I have no recollection of ever wearing a seatbelt one time in my young childhood.
Nope.
Yeah, I remember in the back I was allowed because I was smaller for a long. I mean, like smaller, and I remember laying in the floorboard most of the time. Like I would have my toys out.
Yeah.
I could sit Indian style behind the front seat.
Yeah,
that's how little I was.
Yeah, if you were like not in the front seat, no one gave a shit if you had your seatbelt on or what you did.
No, it wasn't a thing.
I remember we were rocketing down the turnpike, and me and my brother would be wrestling in the backyard or in the back of the van with my sister back there. And my mom would just be smoking Parliament Lights, rocketing down the turnpike. Yeah.
If
it would have rolled, we'd have been ejected out the windows for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I remember my godfather would I remember we were looking for a particular pair of shoes that one of my godsisters wanted. Remember Keds?
Yeah.
They were like a knockoff version of Keds.
It was the Payless.
Yeah, they were like, but that same little.
It looked like Keds, but in the back there wasn't the blue
the
Keds.
blue thing.
It was white.
And we had to go around and find them, and we're driving all around to find these. I remember I was in the back of this truck with just a camper top, and I was sweating my fucking balls off.
Yeah.
And they had like a futon back there, and we're just rolling around back and forth.
Banging onto the metal sides of the truck.
banging all around.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. They didn't care how they drove. They didn't care. The metal was hot to the touch. It's burning you.
Yeah.
And you just, you and your action figures would just roll around.
I remember riding in the back of trucks
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Like in our truck, all our friends used to get in the back, and I remember like the law is you have to sit with your butt
against the window,
or your back against the window.
Back to the window.
But you can't sit on the obviously the side of the bed. You have to sit in the bed.
Is that still going?
I made that up. I didn't know that was a law.
I don't think that's a
anyway.
real thing.
That's just whatever somebody said.
But we used to
Truck
go
law.
down I-4 with people in the back of the truck, and now that I think about it, it's like one accident, you're ejected. I mean, there's no, you're definitely dead, 100%. Like,
well, unless you're in, Dubai and you fly out into the lovely water, like that video that we watched.
All you got to do is go down the Palmetto.
Yeah.
South, and you're going to see.
Let's end with this one right here. Here's one more.
Hey, Tom and Dan. It's BDM Frank here. The reason I'm reaching out is on the latest BDM show, Tom was talking about either being fired or you quit your job, and like how you'll look back at it 6 months later, and it was like the best decision you ever made. And I was with a local cable company. Dan, I think your wife was a part of that company at some point too. So I spent 18 years there, and I just recently quit this week. I put my 2 weeks in and became a full-time barber. Totally different than what I grew up doing, but it has always been a passion of mine. And, after COVID itself, I decided it was going to be something I want to do for myself, my own personal happiness. So I went to barbering school, got my license, and now I'm a full-time barber. So, this week I've been pretty down, and just hearing that BDM show kind of lifted me up, and I'm hoping in 6 months I made the right decision, what Tom said. So I want to thank you guys. I'm a longtime fan since I've been here from New York, and it literally has been 18 years. So I've been listening to you guys, and even in situations like this, personal life situations, you guys come in the clutch, man. So thanks. Take it easy.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate that, buddy.
We should support him.
Oh, Frank's the best.
Let's get you a stooge from Frank.
Yes.
Well, this is promote his barber business.
Well, what if we tell him the
haircut.
specific?
Yeah.
We're like, no, we asked for this, and he did exactly what we
you know
asked
how you grow
for.
out your mustache for things?
Yeah. How about, I wonder if he could give you one of those, what are those ones where they use the...
Fu Manchu?
No, where the Spanish men... they use the dye, the spray on the black. Let's get you a
Spanish is a
paper.
It's Spanish is it's not.
Well, what? No, I want the jet black powder. It's like they spray. It's like an airbrush.
Edge it out.
Yeah, it's like
Because everything's 90-degree angles. My beard.
Yeah.
I look like
I
a block.
want a geometry.
Yeah.
I want to give you
that'd
the
be good.
geometry beard. How do I get that?
You just call.
Tell Frank.
Tell Frank.
I don't know if he does that kind of stuff.
He's a barber.
Oh, Frank does. I can hear it in his voice.
Listen, he's a barber from New York. He knows how to edge.
Actually, we've known Frank. We met him at Universal Studios one time.
Oh, yeah.
We've known that guy for man. He has listened to us for a very long time.
You're never gonna regret it
No.
if you change
Good
jobs.
job, buddy. I'm proud of you. That's cool.
Because even if it's on paper worse, your brain is gonna tell you it's better. So just trust that because it wants the less amount of stress. You're never gonna be like, oh my God, that was the worst idea. I shouldn't have done that every day. Your brain.
No, you made the right decision.
Yeah, your brain will tell you it's good, and
Listen,
you'll always be good.
Sam left, and she's in Dublin right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, that makes us look bad. This is the best thing she's ever done. Happier than ever. Living the life.
I'm just saying.
This is a prison.
Let's plug some stuff and get out of here.
All right.
What are we got? Oh, the live ACT. This is going to be fun, man.
That's-
I can't believe we've been doing that radio show for 10 years. We decided to quit radio to only do another radio show.
Yeah.
This is your
on
joke.
the same station.
Yeah.
Go back
Well
in there
done.
and do it.
Well done. We locked ourselves into an even harder version of what we were doing.
No.
Like, doing
Yeah, 'cause
it-
now you're responsible for it.
Yeah, it's ours now.
At least before you just showed up, it was on somebody else's shoulders.
Big old fat check. Oh.
Although it's weird because I never looked at it because we never do it live. So I look at it like a podcast that they air.
It is.
But
It's interesting that the experiment worked out. There were a lot of people that were telling us and telling Jack even at the time that it wasn't going to work. And,
well, 10 years ago, people were like, they want live caller-driven radio.
Right. Yeah, look at us now.
Yeah. Which I wonder if that will somehow come back in the future, like 10 years from now, like the nostalgia of like live callers will be like,
it's
we
already
want
on
that.
its way back. Yeah, it's already on its way back. You see, like some of your more famous comedian podcasts that are like big right now that we all know, like Stavi does it. Like,
Are you doing like live calls?
Yeah, they do live call-ins, and everything's just cyclical. Mr. Beast is doing radio right now. Who knows what he'll jump into his next?
I thought we were waiting for
phase.
radio to die. That's what you said.
Well, Mr. Beast is doing it better than anybody. He's gonna do the like, I've got 7 people and they're kissing this Lamborghini, and the last person that has their lips on the Lamborghini gets to keep it, and then I destroy it.
Yeah.
Doesn't he already do that?
Yeah. That's what
he
he's
does.
doing. He's doing all. He's
the
doing
last
Stay in this coffin.
Yeah.
For,
the boxing.
I love
other
him.
guys.
I
do
love you,
boxing.
Jimmy. I love you, Jimmy.
Here's the thing. It is a different world down there.
We're gonna go scuba diving.
All right. Well,
Let's get out of here.
Andres
Browns,
Lyanne-
thank you guys. We love you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here.
Pleasure is mine.
Club movie.
Club movie. I was there last night.
Club movie for life.
I passed by last night.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, club movie. You want to go in? She's like, no.
We saw Inglourious
Inglourious
Bastards.
Bastards.
At Club Movie, and the Sharps were there, and they applauded when Hitler's rubber face was getting like all the bullets into it, and they're like,
Yeah, that was an interesting experience.
It was an interesting experience for sure.
If you want to buy or sell your house, use the Bart Merrick team. It's Bart Merrick and Crystal Van.
Yep. If you would like to accompany Crystal to a concert and dance
I got
the night away.
I got a couple shows coming up.
Yeah,
407-865.
I'll take you.
3863.
What do you got for
I need a
shows?
date.
What kind of, you got Avett Brothers?
I got the Avett Brothers. I got Aerosmith.
Oh, Aerosmith.
I got,
I
I had another one. Oh, I'm going Incubus. I'm going Incubus with them.
The old scarf pedophile.
Kiss your sense of I want to see the scarves flicking
Isn't that what he
around.
says? That's what he says in
Kiss
Love in
your
an Elevator, right?
sassafras?
He goes, take you behind the hood, honey, and kiss your sense. He does that. And then he goes, don't move, da doo, zabba doo, ba dee ba da ba doo, ba dee da ba doo, ba ba dee ba da boo.
I do wonder.
He
if
does a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it's
he
weird.
loves that. He loves that. He does that for young underage girls. So they're like, you're scaring me.
He is scary looking.
You're late. You have an underage girl laying in bed. He goes, "Scoo da ba dee da ba doo ba da." Oh shit!
It's like
Slender Man's coming.
It's an old witch.
Dabbling out there.
You stretch skin over a skeleton witch. Big mouth.
Dooba dabba dooba, toilet double, toilet trouble.
All right. Let's get out of here. Guys, we'll see you on the BDM show on Monday, and we'll be back next week.
Bye.